All right, guys. So the debt ceiling deal is basically done. The market's ripping up. I told you guys this was probably going to happen, and yeah, I'm not going to say I told you guys so, but I mean, listen, we told you guys so. uh, and you love to see it, honestly. All our stocks are gapped up today. Buys at 422. I think predictable. I think every now and then you get really easy trades, and yeah, I think this was pretty predictable. Um, I think this is pretty predictable, and yeah, huge run up. SPY at 422s. Dollar index breaking down a little bit here, which is what you would expect. The Q was up big. Tesla is up big. The SPY making big moves here. So the whole market is up. Disney is up. PayPal is up. We are actually green on our PayPal trade, believe it or not. Um, so yeah, we are actually green on our PayPal trade. We'll see if we can keep that up. But yeah, you love to see it today. Disney's up really nicely. Let's see if that rides back up too. What's up, Ricky, Colin, Dan, German, Gia, Tim? But yeah, honestly, again, pretty predictable. I think they've never defaulted in history. I didn't think they were going to default this time either. And I told people for the last week or two, really, I've been telling people, hey, the odds that they're going to reach a deal are very high. And when they announce that, it's pretty likely markets are going to bounce. That's what we told people. That's kind of what we got so far. I mean, if you look at everything here, everything's flying up. You know, SPY's up really nicely. Tech is up. Yeah, everything looks good. What's the future of gold? I don't know. I mean, gold's probably going to keep going up. Gold's probably just going to keep going up over time. Gold is one of those. Gold is one of those assets that is the market flying? Yeah. Here's the SPY today. Look at this gap up on the SPY. It's gapping up from like 420s all the way to 420.250. And that's not even including the gap up, the run up it had on Friday. Friday, it ran up even more than this. Look at this. Friday, it ran. So in the last trading day alone, it ran from 415s. It ran the S&P 500, or the SPY, I should say, ran up $7 a share in the last 24 hours of market activity. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big move up. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Bulldog? Hope you're doing good, brother. What do y'all think about this market? Again, we're holding some shares and stuff. We're actually green in our PayPal trade, bro. I don't know how, but I guess I am. Oh, I think I actually took some off of my PayPal trade on Friday, so I don't know if I'm actually green. Entry's 59.50 though, so I mean, pretty good entry. What's up, dividend dude? Short Nvidia 20,000 this morning. I think it's good. Depends on where you got in it, bro. But I understand the trade. I'm not gonna, say anything else. I'm not gonna say you're. What I will say, you're a braver man than me, Bulldog. But I do understand the trade. Absolutely, the PE ratio is just obscenely high. It's just obscenely high. Like it's artificially. This price is way too high. It's never going to hold this, I think. And so I understand the trade for sure. You're just braver than I am. It depends on it, but if you can hold it long term, I think you'll probably be all right. Because I think eventually it's going to correct back down. The question is just when does it happen? And I don't know about that one, but yeah, I think you're good. Oh yeah, you're probably fine right there. Yeah, what's up, Steve? What's the risk? It's not going to go to true trillion market cap. Yeah, long term. Yeah, I think you'll be good, man. I think you'll be fine. It's just up so much. The only questionable thing about this one, Bulldog, in my opinion, the only questionable thing is that, okay, so the debt ceiling thing is done, right? They've announced that. The market's gapping up from all that. If the market decides to run today because of that news. Nvidia could follow it up short term. Now, long term, it's still incredibly extended on the upside and really overpriced, and I think everybody understands that it's pretty overpriced. Uh, but the question is, what it does short term. Long term, I think you'll be good as long as you can hold it like that. I'm excited, man. Honestly, I enjoyed. Part of me was thinking about streaming yesterday, but I was just kind of like, I'm gonna visit with my family. You know, Whew, I didn't get enough sleep. But that's all right. Yeah, you as well, man. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I'm cashing out of Nvidia soon at open. Should cool off after hype of dead ceiling. Yeah, we'll see. Lambo soon, maybe, man. What's up, Corbin? Good morning, man. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. Whew, I didn't get enough sleep, man. It's one of those days where I just didn't get enough sleep. All right. So we're gonna do a poll. Yeah, I mean, I could probably buy a Lambo right now. Um, but like, okay, I could buy a Lambo right now. It would have to be a business expense. I'd have to like slap my logo on it, which I would honestly, I think a beginner trading logo would look pretty dope on a Lambo, you know. But like, it's just a hard expense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a hard it's a hard thing to buy, you know. Um, like I could afford it, but like I'm trying to buy me like a rental property instead or something like that. I'm trying to buy me an array of rental properties, and then that way I'm good no matter what. That's what I'm in the process of doing now. Uh, I'm sure Bitcoin's probably up a lot on today's news. Yeah, Bitcoin up to 28K. That's great. Yeah, Bitcoin. I didn't realize how much Bitcoin had run up over the weekend. Uh, hmm. Was there news today? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could buy a Lambo, but we're gonna do a poll. Does the SPY close over 423s today? Okay, that's a good number, huh? Does the SPY close over 423 today? Let us know. SPY's at 422.50 right now. So that would mean it continues up today and it holds these gains. Yeah, everything's green. Thoughts on the big jump on Tesla? Yeah, I mean Tesla. I'm not shocked to see it up here to 200. I told people, I was bullish on Tesla over the last couple months, man. And the reason I was bullish is because the Cybertruck's supposed to come out this year. When it does, I think it's going to break sales records, and I think I think it's going to break records. Yeah. What's happening today? We have the CB consumer confidence data coming out this evening, or not this evening, late this morning that we'll cover. Um, Aside from that, it's kind of a slower week. It's not a slow week. Okay, the first half of the week is usually the slow part. So like the slow part of the week is going to be today. today's the slowest day of the week. Tomorrow we got tomorrow we have the non-farm employment change numbers at 8:15. We got the JOLTS job report at 10. Um, Thursday we got jobless claims, manufacturing PMI, construction spending, productivity data at 8:30. Friday we got unemployment, non-farm payrolls. So that's this week. So this week is unemployment non-farm payroll week, which means that on Wednesday we have the ADP non-farm employment change, which is kind of the prelim non-farm data. And then Friday we got unemployment and non-farm payroll data. And then Thursday we got jobless claims, like we always do. We got ISM manufacturing PMI. Wednesday we've got, like I said, today we don't really have much. We got CB consumer confidence, which is kind of big. It's kind of small. It's not like a huge release, but we'll cover it as always. It might move markets a little bit. Let me see what it did the last one. When did the last CB consumer confidence come out? Let's see how much it moved the markets last time. We also have some home, we have the Case-Shiller data coming out today. If you like if you like looking at the Case-Shiller house price index, not really the most relevant for stock market, but it might move it some. We'll see. All right, so right now it is May 30th, so it should have come out right around April 30th. Let's see the CB consumer confidence data. Comes out at 10 o'clock. Michigan data. Oh wait, these are all the weekend. Okay, here, let me go back in time a little bit. Let's go this week here. Sorry, I'm looking at when the last CB consumer confidence data came out. Okay, there it is. So the last one came out. It was Tuesday, April 25th. So let's go back and see what that looks like. Um, all right, so here's the last one. Okay, so this one did kind of move the market a little bit here. So the CB consumer confidence data, guys, came out here. Or no, this is the wrong day. Sorry. Okay, this is the right day. All right, so the last CB consumer confidence data came out right here. I wish I could put a 1-minute chart up and see a 1-minute chart. But yeah, the last CB consumer confidence data came out right here. It kind of started this downward trend on a 5-minute chart, though. Yeah, thanks, Bulldog. For sure, bro. I'll join you one day, man. I love poker, dude. Poker is like my game, man. I don't have time to play anymore, man. But that's like my game. Did you make most of your money trading or in other areas? I mean, I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything like that, dude. Like I'm not claiming to be anything, man. Like I don't claim to be a good trader. I think I'm a good trader, but like my mom says I'm a good trader, okay? But I don't claim to be anything, man. I don't want to be another day trading guru out here slanging courses, like I'd rather just give everything out for free, not claim to be good or an expert, and just kind of trade in peace, because if I say I'm good or if I say I'm an expert and I sell a course, then I have to live up to that expectation, and I don't feel like doing that. Uh, that's why my channel grew more than anything else, I think, you know. Yeah, hey, my mom says I'm a great trader, okay? Does your family ask for trade signals? Not really. My mom, the most my mom will do is my mom will ask me about stuff she hears on the news. So my mom, my mom came to me a couple years ago when Dogecoin was going crazy, right? When Dogecoin was ripping up, she came to me and she said, "Hey, John, should I buy Dogecoin right now?" And I said, "Absolutely not. Do not buy Dogecoin. Um, it's never going to hold." It was at like 70 cents at the time, I think. It was at like 65 cents actually at the time. And I said, "Mom, do not buy Dogecoin right now. It's not going to hold." And then sure enough, you look at Doge right now. Doge is like what, 6 cents, 7 cents? I don't know how much Doge is these days, but it's down like, you know, it's down like 90% or whatever it is. So those are about the closest thing to signals my family asks me for. They basically ask me if something's legitimate, and I tell them yes or no. But I have no idea what they're going to do short term. Hey, nice. Looks like it. Yeah, I heard a lot of stuff about Palantir getting approved. Uh, yeah, I heard a lot about Palantir getting approved, and again, they've just been on a tear, man. Again, this is one of those companies that I was skeptical of, and I'm gonna be wrong every now and then, and maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know, but it's been flying up, man. This thing has been on a huge bull run. Super supportive community of traders in this one, so yeah. What's your win percentage? I would say my swing trades probably have a win percentage of at least 70%. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think they probably come close to 70% at least. My strategy mostly, like the strategy that I do the best with, it usually involves like I wait for big brutal pullbacks in healthy blue chip companies. Companies that I know and understand. Big pullbacks in healthy blue chip companies, and then I will start to scale in on the drops, and then I'll just kind of park it there, and I'll just wait for a rebound to happen, taking advantage of long term strength in those markets. I do it a lot with like Disney, with Google, with Amazon. Not so much Amazon lately, but with Amazon, Google, Disney, I just wait for big pullbacks. When everybody else is telling me, no, don't buy it, this thing's going to crash, I'm usually buying it up and it usually rebounds pretty quickly. As long as I get it at solid levels. Day trade percentage, I don't know. I don't know. I would say my day trading percentage is at least 65 to 70% too, but I'd have to go check. I'm not sure. Um, I'm actually better at swing trading than I am day trading. You know, I'm not claiming to be some super great day trader. Uh, I saw you do a couple snap dips. Yeah, dude, Snap, bro. Snap is one of those stocks that everybody freaking hates for whatever reason, man. Again, what I see on Snap is hundreds of millions of daily active users, right? Whenever your app has hundreds of active users daily, regardless of monetization problems, it's usually going to be okay. So I would buy up the Snap dips at like sevens and eights, and everybody would get so mad at me at like they would hate on it super heavy. Uh, and then it rebounds to 10 or 11 pretty quickly, and then it's just kind of crickets. It's just kind of silence. But again, it works. It works. Do you have a day trading strategy? No, I just kind of click buttons, bro. I just kind of say, you know what, I'm just gonna buy, a bunch of shares and just kind of not have a strategy at all, dude. I'm just gonna be kind of hanging out, clicking buttons. What are you trading today? I really don't know what we're trading today. I'll tell you what I'm in right now. I'm in PayPal, slightly green on the trade so far. I'm in Disney, green on the day so far on that one. I'm in gold. I'm in JP Morgan. I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for those to bounce a little bit more. Uh, yeah, for sure. Do you think at open it'll have a pull down? I don't know. I think we could argue extension here, but it depends on how hyped up people are for the debt ceiling news. Yeah, clueless. I'm obviously just kind of being sarcastic, man. Um, would you buy the huge pullbacks? And I don't know. I think there's vulnerabilities there, Tim. I need sure things, and I think the risk there is a little high right now. You know. How much are they down? It depends though. It depends on how much they're down. Depends on what I look a lot at like PE ratio as well. Target's at the lows of the year. Bud's not down enough for me to buy it. Target maybe, because Target is at the yearly lows. Yeah, that might be an option. I mean, honestly, with that, I'll consider that for TGT. That might be something I consider. I don't think that one looks bad. Yeah, that might be a good idea, Tim. It'll be something I consider. I certainly think it's an interesting uh, argument for it. Do you have a size of percentage you use of your portfolio on blue chips? I mean, yeah, I try not to buy over use over 10 to 15% of my portfolio on any given trade. But I think my accuracy rate justifies it because my accuracy rate is usually high enough to where even if I'm down on a stock, I can usually just kind of park it there and just wait because they're blue chips, and long-term blue chips are going to go up. And I don't mind holding them for years if I really need to, but I never really have to, you know. I don't know. Mullen is one of those stocks that is just incredibly sketchy. What happens in these stocks is like people get stuck in them. So like people bag hold these stocks, they buy it, they get stuck, uh, and then that makes them artificially bullish. So it's like they'll tell everybody, oh, they'll justify holding it. They'll say, oh, well, this is going on and this is going on, but it's like, look at it, guys. Like Mullen is very unlikely to succeed as a standalone automobile company, and I've been saying this before this big drop. I've been saying this since last year. When Mullen was at $10 a share, $5 a share, whatever. So just be careful with it. Very, very risky play. It's a penny stock. Y'all just be careful. All right, looking at our poll numbers, most people think the market's going to close over 423. So Green Day, most people think is going to happen in the market today. Um, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's just kind of this is one of those companies that like every now and then, like a penny stock will get so much hype, so much hype. Uh, and I thought this one was unfounded hype. I didn't think this one was going to necessarily do big things. I just think like you got to think about how many people are actually going to buy their cars, right? Like that's the argument you have to look at. Like how many people are going to buy a Mullen? Even if I had the money to buy a Mullen, I probably wouldn't buy it. There's way too many other cool EVs out there besides a Mullen. You know, Mullen is like the least cool EV out there, in my opinion. And so it's just a really hard buy. And then when their stock is struggling so much, you have arguments about future viability. Even if you do buy one, who's to say you're even going to get support from the car manufacturer in the future? Like that's the risk, I think. Uh, yeah, you want something that's around. Everything's up, Norman, for the most part today. He said, why is Tesla up? Everything's up. The debt ceiling deal being signed or news is causing everything to rip up big. I don't think I'm buying anything pre-market. People may sell first thing and take profits if they held over a long weekend. Yeah. Is that what it's named after? I don't even know. Is that where their logo comes from? See, but I've seen some like Polestar cars. I've seen some Lucids around my area. Uh, yeah, it's not that kind of, you know. Yeah, y'all go check out Bulldog Trading. He said I'm running a poll on Nvidia this week, and majority think it's going to close above 400. Not good for my short. The people are right a lot. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those interesting moves where social sentiment, like trader sentiment. I mean, it's possible that it continues on the run. That's what I said. The biggest risk is short term. I think over time it's going to settle back down. The PE ratio is just too high right now. If we look at the PE here, yeah, the PE ratio for Nvidia right now is like 200. That's crazy high. 200. Now, that's probably the highest PE ratio stock right now in the market. So in terms of like extension, I think there's an argument there for sure. But by 2025, a $3,000 stock for Nvidia, I don't know, man. I mean, I think that's just sensationalizing it, man. I don't think it's gonna hit 3K a stock share. AMD PE is over 500. Is it really? Why? Hey, you're oh my gosh, dude. I didn't even know AMD PE was this high. AMD PE, according to Benzinga, is 668. The trailing ratio, but still, man, that's a big. Well, then why is AMD so expensive, dude? That's an even crazier one. So this thing should realistically. uh I don't know, man. Short a share of Nvidia. I don't know, bro. I appreciate the $5 though, but I don't know, man. I'm not really one to short blue chips. Most like I'm usually kind of a bull in blue chips. But Nvidia is up a ton. Look at Nvidia. It's up a huge amount. It's at 402s. If AI continues, yeah, AI continuing. I mean, that's possible, I guess. Yeah, AMD PE is crazy high. Why is AMD so high though, man? I guess is the question. I guess AI is popping a lot of these microchip stocks up, but man, 600, that's crazy. Here, let me ask Bard here real quick. One thing I do like Google for is Bard. Bard's actually pretty solid. Let me ask, what is the highest PE major exchange listed stocks? Five. All right, Wingstop. See, this is wrong though. It says Wingstop is at 139.70. The only problem with TGT right now is that it does have a PE ratio of about 104. Uh, Okay, so AMD's PE ratio is only 52.49. Oh no. All right, so I'm asking Bard. Mm. All right, so according to Bard, AMD only has a PE ratio of 52.40. Hmm. But yeah, like I said, I might be too much of a wimp to take that bet, Bulldog, but I think you'll do well with it. I think you'll do good. Hey, what's up, David? No, we started pretty early, bro. I mean, we started at like 5, or if we're talking about market time, it was like 6:20. Uh, yeah, for sure, man. AI is the new thing. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Dips happen and come right back up. AI is the new thing and won't go anywhere. Yeah, for sure. I mean, AI is definitely big. Um, all right, so yeah, I'm arguing with Bard. I was like, give me the top 10, and it said Wingstop, TTD, DraftKings, DKS, TGT, AMD, and I was like, well, what about Nvidia? And it was like, Nvidia is a growth company that has been growing in its revenue and earnings at a rapid pace in recent years. The company is a leader in the semiconductor market and is benefiting from the growth of cloud and gaming markets. As a result, investors are willing to pay a higher price. As of today, Nvidia's PE is 219. That is a higher PE than other companies in the top 10 that I included, but it is in line with the PE ratios of other growth companies. Bro, I keep asking it to include. Can you rank them in order of PE ratio from highest to lowest, please? All right, so yeah, Nvidia at the top at 120 or at 220. Wingstop is number 2 at 140. TTD is number 3 in PE ratios at 128. DraftKings number 4 at 114. DKS number 5 at 107. Target at 104.7. Uh, Advanced Micro Devices at 52. So AMD. Now I have to ask it, isn't AMD's PE ratio over 500? Okay, so yeah, AMD. Okay, so yeah, so here's a crazy statistic, right? So the reason Bard got AMD wrong is because AMD's PE ratio as of May 26th. So as of 4 days ago, AMD's PE ratio was 52.49. It has since increased to over 500. Wait, where was this thing 4 days ago? All right, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's up like 40% in 4 days, but that shouldn't 10x the PE ratio. I don't freaking know how they're calculating this. Well, there's not a ton of data releases. We got the K Schiller, Chris. We got so yeah, today we got like the K Schiller house price index. We've got CB consumer confidence data. This is the slowest day of the week. in terms of economic releases. Volume's actually pretty good, though. We got a lot of people here already. But, like, today we got the house price index at 9 a.m. We got CB consumer confidence at 10, and then pretty slow aside from that. Tomorrow the busyness starts. So tomorrow we got non-farm employment change data, which is kind of the prelim non-farm data. And this is always a pretty easy like way to trade this, right? So the non-farm prelim data usually predicts what happens on Friday, right? So Friday non-farm payrolls come out. Usually the way it goes is Wednesday non-farm employment change data comes out, and then Friday we get unemployment and non-farm payrolls. So if non-farm employment change numbers come in light, it's pretty safe to assume that payroll numbers are going to come in light and vice versa. And so that's always a pretty good way to kind of take what's going on in payrolls and see if you can get some kind of predicting trade from it. We're going to look at that and see if we can get it. But, oh, the music is off? Really? Y'all can't hear the music? Yeah, for sure. Y'all can't hear the music? Oh, sorry, guys. I shaved my beard a little bit, man. My beard was looking a little bit puffy. I had to shave that thing, man. All right, now you should be able to hear the music. Crude oil inventories, yeah. Thoughts on Carvana? Is Carvana liking this hype on everything else? Oh, kind of. It's up to $12. I mean, Carvana's just looking a lot better than it did a while back, you know. All right, guys. So, yeah. Yeah, we got some Fed members speaking and stuff like that, but we'll see how they move markets. This week's a fun week, though. So this week's pretty fun. Next week is a little slow, I think. Let me check. So yeah, this week we got, again, today we got the CB consumer confidence data. Tomorrow we got non-farm employment change data, which we always cover, of course. We got ECB. We got Canadian GDP coming out tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we got JOLTS job report and non-farm employment change data dropping tomorrow. And then Thursday we get jobless claims like we always get. And then Friday we get we also have manufacturing PMI dropping tomorrow too. So Thursday is the busiest day. We got PMI data. We got PMI data, jobless claims data. And then Friday we got unemployment data. Unemployment's expected to show up at 3.5%. Last time I was at 3.4%. Payroll is expected to show up at 180K, dropping significantly relative to what it came in at last month, which was 253. So dropping in payroll numbers, it's dropping from 250s down to 180. Unemployment hitting 3.5%. This will be relevant for inflation fears and stuff like that too. So love your channel. Good job. Thank you. And thank you, Joseph. Is a rug pull coming? I don't know, man. Yeah, market's definitely running up today. Everything's gapping up. Tesla's gapping up. Nvidia. Can y'all hear the music right now? You should be able to. I see 815 ADP non-farm employment change numbers. No, that shouldn't be today, Chris. I don't think it's today. Looking at Market Watch, Wednesday. So generally the way payroll numbers come out, Chris, so these drop once a month, right? Generally the way they come out is like this, is that Wednesday, the Wednesday of the week, they come out, they drop what's called the ADP non-farm employment change numbers, which are kind of like prelim payroll numbers, right? They're not payroll numbers, but they're just kind of prelim, giving you a little bit of a little taste of what the payroll numbers might be. And that usually happens on Wednesday. And according to Market Watch, that is scheduled for this Wednesday at 8:15 market time. Previous was 296. This one's 180,000. And then, so that happens on Wednesday. And then on Friday of the same week, that's when you get the full payroll numbers. So the prelim numbers come out on Wednesday. The full numbers come out on Friday. So yeah, it says Wednesday 8:15 ADP non-farm employment, and then Friday we get the payroll numbers, the employment report at 8:30. Expectations are 188,000. And so again, you'll see kind of the similarities here where the prelim numbers might predict what happens for the rest of the stuff. And then Thursday we get jobless claims, we get manufacturing PMI. Today, the biggest thing we have is we have Case-Shiller, the house price index at 9 a.m. And then we got CB consumer confidence, and then we got Barkin speaking out 1. So that's today. Tomorrow we got non-farm employment change, ADP non-farm employment change data, like prelim payroll numbers at 8:15. We got job openings, so we got the JOLTS job report at 10. We got Fed Harker speaking at 12:30. We got the Beige Book at 2. And then Thursday, we got jobless claims. We've got ISM manufacturing PMI data. We got, a bunch of stuff. And then Friday, that's what we get. And then next week, we get like ISM manufacturing numbers on Monday. Tuesday, nothing. We got the trade deficit and consumer credit Wednesday. Thursday, we got jobless claims, wholesale inventories. I don't know if we have anything on Friday. We also might have some earnings coming out, but I think earnings season is basically done. Look at Tesla pop up here. So will Tesla break 200 today? It's close. It's close. Yeah, it might just be. Again, one thing that messes up the schedules a lot of the time for this economic data is holidays like Memorial Day. Macy's earnings this week. Yeah. Well, there's not really any big earnings this week, man. Look at Tesla rip. Tesla just broke the pre-market high, guys. It's up to 199.60s here. 199.60s. We don't really have any big earnings this week, I don't think. Wednesday. CrowdStrike. We got some earnings at the evening, but nothing big enough to really make it justifiable to cover. Macy's is Thursday. Dollar General, Macy's. We got Lululemon, Mongo, a couple other ones. I'm looking at next week. Next week's supposed to be a big week, but none of these are any companies that I've heard of. We've got a Stitch Fix, David Buster's. Tuesday, Wednesday, Campbell Soup, Trip.com. Yeah, Thursday, Toro, DocuSign. When's GameStop earnings? I feel like GameStop earnings are coming out like late July or late June. So GameStop earnings are going to be late next month. Gotcha. So yeah, we don't really have earnings season is basically done. Now, I know the busiest week we're going to have over the next 30 days is definitely going to be not next week, but the week after that. So the week of June 12th through the 16th is a crazy busy week in which we have the rate hike decision. We have CPI. We've got so we got a bunch of stuff dropping. Campbell Soup, yeah, but they're not big for stocks. Hi, there's a rumor that NEO had almost 30,000 ES6 deliveries in 72 hours. If that's true, oh boy, did someone see confirmed news about that? Yeah, but why would it be a rumor? Wouldn't they just tell people if that happened? You know? AI is not a fraud. AI is obviously groundbreaking and changes tech and markets as a whole for sure. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab something, but I'll be right back. But yeah, Tesla hold over 200 today. Tesla break and hold. It's right around 200. That's the next question. Restroom break, but does Tesla break and hold over 200 today? Let me know, guys. Let me know. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. SPY's starting to dip a little bit here, though. Q pull it back a little bit as well. Nvidia's still up to 404s here. I guess the big question is, does Nvidia hold over 400 today? I'm not chasing this rally. Biggest trap ever. 5 to 6 weeks straight of green with no big sell-off yet. Come on, that sell-off will be major. Potentially. Again, I think one of the more predictable parts of the market was that, you know, when the debt ceiling news is done, that's going to make a lot of people hyped up. You know, I think that was pretty predictable. And we talked about it last week too. We told you guys, like, hey, when they announce a debt ceiling deal, it's probably going to make a bounce happen. Like markets are probably going to bounce. And that's exactly what we've gotten so far. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to continue, but we'll see. Tesla, yeah, the Cybertruck, if the Cybertruck does come out this year, so when the Cybertruck does come out this year, that'll probably break records. You know, I think Cybertruck is going to be the next kind of head-turning car in Tesla's model. I think Teslas used to be rare. Now I see them when I go outside every day. And so I think the Cybertruck might turn heads and be that kind of big status symbol car that people start buying up. And I think it'll break sales records when it comes out. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point, Douglas, we have to ask a couple things with regards to the recession fears. The first one is, are we going to raise rates? You know, the whole market thought we would pause. I told people we could potentially raise rates. And then now, after the latest string of economic data, most people are expecting a rate hike now. So now 61% of people, according to the CME Fed Watch tool, are expecting a rate hike. That has changed drastically from a week ago. A week ago, this was more so at 70-30 for a pause. Like 70% of people thought we'd pause, 30% thought we'd raise rates. Now 61% think we'll raise rates, and only 40% or less, 39% actually think we're going to pause here. So that'll be interesting to pay attention to as well. But yeah, most people think we're going to raise rates now. And I think we'll probably raise rates as well. I think with the resiliency and recession fears, with GDP dropping and all that stuff, I think that's pretty optimistic sign that we're going to potentially raise rates, not worry so much about a recession. But again, maybe not. I don't know. We're just speculating, of course. Tesla AI robots, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Tesla tap 200. Will it break and hold that level is the question, though. Hey, what's up, Jose? Good morning. Yeah, just be careful with Nvidia. I know Bulldog was here earlier, and Bulldog said he was shorting Nvidia, and he might make some money, man. I mean, honestly, Nvidia's up. The PE ratio is over 200 right now. Yeah, for sure. Hustle 100%, man. I think raising rates is, I think we need to raise rates. I think inflation is still pretty bad, you know. So what came out last week? We had GDP. We had PCE. What did PCE come in last week? I forgot. So PCE came out last Friday on the 26th. PCE came in at 4.7% or 0.4%. So we had higher inflation than expected. That's what's causing people to think we're raising rates, you know, because really it's a balancing act between inflation and a recession fear. Y'all do me a favor, bump the like button if you haven't already. Yeah, again, I think one of the arguments for rate hikes is the market's flying up. The market's been very strong. And so I think we're a little bit more resilient in the market, and they're going to be more willing to raise rates now that the market's looking strong, as well as inflation is still a little high with PCE coming in higher than expected. You know, I think there's an argument in terms of raising rates. There's an argument for raising rates. You know. High sticky inflation and recession fears are both macro bearish. I don't believe we have seen the lows yet. Yeah, but I mean, you got to understand, inflation Bad inflation is going to look like runs in the stock market frequency, and so they parallel, or they oppose each other in that way, you know. So like inflation's really bad, we're going to see runs in the market. You know, if recession fears are there, we're going to see drops in the market, you know. And so if inflation is really bad, it means that the market's probably up, you know. And if the market is up and inflation fears are bad, the Fed is more likely to raise rates to curb that inflation, since the market can handle it, if that makes sense, right? Uh, and that's the opposite of what happens in a recession. If a recession is looming, then the market's going to be going down, most likely. Gold's going to be going up, you know, and the Fed is going to be less likely to raise rates. And so all right, Tesla up here though, and again, I don't know what to do today, man. Again, I'm in some swing trades that are all up really nicely on the day, but I'm skeptical too. You know, I think I'm just gonna let the open happen, see if we get a run. What will you say about Hewlett Packard earnings today? Will it go up or down? I don't know. That's not really a huge stock that I watch. I'm not sure what that one's going to do. I don't even know what. I think it's Hewlett Packard, right? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, HP. Yeah, I don't know. It's up a lot today. It's up to 31. So it's just not something that I generally am going to. I mean, I'll cover it. What does it drop this morning? Let me see. Q was up there too. Q was at 350s. Nvidia at 4 350s. What's today? The 30th. When did the earnings come out? I don't know. Oh. Okay, so they dropped this evening. I mean, I'm not going to stream these. They're just not big enough as a company. Market cap's too small for HP. Is HPQ? Let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. Which one? There's HP? Or do you talk about HPQ? I'm assuming, right? All right, you're talking about Hewlett Packard or HP. Yeah, so the market cap's just too small. Market cap of HQ is market cap is 30 billion. It's just not quite big enough. Not watched enough, really. Hey, what's up, Beach? What is going on? I need an entry in the NASDAQ. Hey, good luck, man. Again, market's up a lot for me right now to be buying up stuff. I mean, I'm still looking, but market's just up a lot, you know. One thing that I might start doing though is buying the SPY. Because remember, guys, I told you guys that we probably would get a bounce once they do the debt deal. Once the deal was announced, I told you guys last week. I said, you know, there's an argument for a dip buy, in which, you know, markets are down now. When they announced the deal getting done, which is a high probability thing, you know, it's pretty big chances that the market's going to bounce. And that's exactly what we've gotten today, you know, or over the last couple of days. So markets are moving up big. The only question is, does it continue? You know, I know there's a lot of stocks, specifically in the chip sector, that are just up a lot, you know, and in that regard, you know, there's some pretty big run-ups in chip stocks. The question is, do they hold, and how does that influence the market if they don't? I think that's an important question to pay attention to, you know. What is DAQ? Oh, you're talking about the NASDAQ. Yeah. I usually just look at the NQ. Yeah, and the NQ is flying up. Here's the NQ right here. There's huge runs for this one, man. Big runs. We'll probably day trade that one today, so. Yeah, exactly. Hustle. Just be smart, guys. Again, I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't. But just be careful. You know, it's kind of a it's a sketchy day, you know, where anything could happen. I'm sitting on my swing trades. I'm probably just going to keep sitting on them now. Natty gas. I don't really trade that very much, Vanessa. So like I'm not a big natty gas trader. It's one of those commodities that I don't follow a ton. I don't know the correlation super well for it, and so, you know. Yeah, for sure, Ben, 100%. That's why I'm considering getting the inverse for semiconductors. Hey, good luck. What's the inverse chip? Yeah, the only risk, like Bulldog was here, he was talking about shorting Nvidia. He said he was shorting Nvidia at like 403 or 404. I told him long term he'd probably be okay. I think we're going to pull back eventually, but short term is the risk. You know, if we start getting on another crazy run, and it's possible we do, you know, anything can happen. But long term, you know, of course, Nvidia PE is over 200 now. AMD PE is ridiculous too. So it's just kind of one of those markets where likelihood of holding is low, but, you know, we'll see if we do. Yeah, no worries, Vanessa. I always try to be honest with people. If I don't know a market, I usually just tell people. Yeah, I kind of understand it too. I mean, I'm not brave enough to do it, but I understand it for sure. It's funny. I was talking to this guy about TikTok, on TikTok about Tesla. And like I made one of these videos talking about why I thought the Cybertruck, why I thought Tesla would go up. And this was like a couple weeks ago when Tesla was at like 160s or 170s or wherever it was, right? And for whatever reason, again, Tesla is one of those stocks that for whatever reason people just hate the stock. You know, they just absolutely hate the stock sometimes. I never get super in my head about any individual stock, you know. But like he was talking to me, he's like, yeah, he's like, RT this tomorrow whenever you're down big money, you know. And I told him, I was like, hey bro, I was like, you better be ready to eat those words, sir. And this was at when Tesla was at like 180s. Now Tesla's at 200. Should I troll him more is the question. Part of me thinks yes, you know. But I'm pretty sure if the Cybertruck, yeah. Again, Tesla at 199.50s here. Q at 352s. Let's see if the Q keeps pushing up. NQ at 14,000. I thought core PCE was bad, but all we care about was the debt ceiling. I mean, core PCE was slightly higher than expected, but you got to understand, like the debt ceiling news tanked the market leading up to it. Oh yeah, what's up, man? What do you think about the stock ticker AI? I mean, I think it's up on AI hype, of course. As for what it does in the future, I really don't know, but I think it's got a lot of hype. Of course, over the AI run. I don't know enough about the individual company and what it produces. Like, what has it created for AI? I guess is the question. Um, like, what is the big product that AI has? I guess is the question. Like, what has C3 AI done in AI? Google created Bard, ChatGPT created, or OpenAI created ChatGPT. What has C3 AI created? I guess is my question for it. People hate when they miss the train, specifically in Tesla. Yeah, for sure. I think as well as Elon's gotten a little political, and I think that creates some enemies. Bots is a good ETF for robotics and AI. Again, what has C3 created? So military AI. Again, I don't know. See, I don't. The only quite like one thing I do generally agree with both something like Dave Ramsey pushes, something Warren Buffett pushes, is like I trade what I know. If I don't know the company and I don't know what they've created, then I usually just avoid the stock altogether. I usually try to stick with what I know. Um, I think that's a really good move for trading. Like if you're gonna buy up stuff, stick with what you know and understand. All right, guys. Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is at 14.5s. 14.5s. Works great for pennies and bio. Yeah, I mean, I avoid pennies basically altogether, though. Mm. I just talked about AI. Again, I'm not going to keep going over it, but AI is the company that obviously is benefiting from the AI run, but I don't know the actual like. I don't know. I don't understand the assets of it. Like I don't know what it owns in AI, causing it to run, or whether it's just running up on sympathy for other AI stocks like AMD is kind of right now. Um, Is there a symbol to short Nvidia? Well, there's a symbol to short the microchip sector. Again, I don't know if I'm going to do that though. I'm probably not going to short the microchips right now. It seems a little risky, but chat, what are some symbols, some inverse microchip symbols? Chat. Maybe NVDS. Okay, so there is an Nvidia Bear Daily ETF. It's NVDS. Yeah. SOXS. Oh yeah, SOXS is the inverse microchip. Hmm. Yeah. So so we got that. Um. All right, guys. And again, Q at 350s here. We got the NQ at 14,500. Tesla at 199.60s, just under that 200 EMA, so it's just underneath it. No worries. Yeah, the chat's usually the most helpful part. They kind of know more than me a lot of the time. But yeah. The Nvda is at $9. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Beach? I mean, y'all can short these if you guys want to, microchips, and I understand it for sure. Just be careful. You know, I think like if you're gonna take these trades, you can short them, but you got to be okay to just cut it if you get like you got to be willing to get out. Like most traders can make money, but you got to be willing to cut your trades. What's up, name? Feel like we will never see a 01, 08 type crash from 08. The only crashes in dollar value. Any problems in economics can be solved by printing except dollar value. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree, Ben. I think we're going to see crashes like that again. You know, I think we're always going to, because I think it's one of the most time-tested cycles of human nature ever. You know, like it happens. You know, it's consistently happened throughout history too, and so it's going to happen again without question. You know, just be careful. The thing about it though is like it happens, but usually the market rebounds eventually, regardless. So, like it happens, but usually market comes back. Man, the Nasdaq is still pumping up here. Look at the Nasdaq up to 1450s. The Q is starting to break highs again. Tesla up there. So Tesla's approaching. SPY just broke highs of the day again. Nvidia up there at 404.40s here. So Nvidia is up as well. Markets are starting to run back. Tesla at 199.90s right now, guys. The Q is at 352s. Nvidia is up there here. So we are getting some runs again. NASDAQ just broke highs, got up to 14.519 here on the day, 14.519. So we're starting to run up a little bit here, guys. The market's moving for sure. And hey, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the Q, so tech is what drove this latest pump. The tech market NQ popped up too. Let's see what's causing this move, guys. Is it Apple? Apple's testing highs. Microsoft's up around highs. Amazon's a little weak. No, not weak. Amazon's very strong on the day too, but I'm trying to see what's dragging this market up. Something happened. Yeah, definitely top 3. Yeah, something popped tech. Could be Google, Apple, Amazon. They all popped up a little bit. It's mostly the Q though. So it could be Nvidia racing towards the top of the range here. You can kind of see the high of the day on Nvidia way up here. So it could be Nvidia. Testing the top. Hey, John, what are your thoughts on the debt ceiling? I seen 11 when they raised, the market dropped it. I don't know. I think the market's already reacted down from that. Lazy. Maybe not, though. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the market has already dropped a lot from it. You know, so the market's already dropped a lot. I think getting the deal done is optimistic to avoid a default, and I think that's what's making the market bounce here. But yeah. But I don't know. You know, I really don't know what we get, of course. Again, the Q is up to 352s right now. Don't say pop sounds like a bubble. Yeah, I got to work on my my verbs. Market is ripping, actually. Netflix. Yeah, could be Netflix. Oh yeah, it is Netflix. You're right. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Who said that? Hustle, my guy. Thank you, man. Yeah, Netflix is what's dragging the market up right now. Look at Netflix right here. So Netflix up to 394s. Big pop, big move. Sorry, I said pop again. Big bounce in Netflix, almost up to 400. Kind of a crazy big move here if you look at it. 394s right now. 394s. Yeah, all good, lazy. No, I don't own 3M. Man, look at the Q. Yeah, so this is Netflix's rise. It's at 394.50s. Q popping all the way up to 353. Sorry, pop is it's gonna be hard for me to get rid of the pop. SPY bouncing all the way back up to 422.50s right now. So the market's rebounding here for sure. And that is dragging up like microchips up to Nvidia up there, AMD breaking highs, Amazon's pulling back a little bit, but it's up. But yeah, this is Netflix, Disney, still up on the day. Google breaking highs as well. Google up to 127s roughly right now. Netflix now at 395.50s here for Netflix, 395.50s. Yeah, I like pop. I'm up. It varies though. I'll use again. I say pop, rip, bounce, move, pumping. I'll say it's pumping up or whatever. I say yeah. Well, Tesla hasn't. Not on TOS. It hasn't. So Tesla never hit 201 cents. So it hasn't technically broke it yet. Disney's back up there. So Disney's bouncing too. Again, SOXX breaking down a little bit. I don't know if there was news. Let me check. All right, so I'm looking at some news here. But this news, nothing really came out. I don't see any recent news. I see when asked how the debt ceiling vote count was looking in the House, one senior GOP source said, not that great right now, while a Democratic source said, I don't know where we are. There are a lot of disappointed Democrats, according to Fox. That's all I see right now regarding that. Right, exactly. I mean, it's all relative, Chris. And that's something I say very often. Like one of the I'll get people criticizing, and Douglas wasn't doing this, to be honest. I understand Douglas's point there, but so it wasn't. This isn't necessarily talking about Douglas or anything, but a lot of time people will criticize my short-term price descriptions. They'll say, "Oh, it's not a rip. A rip would be this, or it's not a bounce. A bounce would be this." It's like, bro, I'm just looking at short-term movement, and so yeah, this is a rip. You know, Netflix pumping up to almost $400 at 397.50s right now, moving up from 390 a couple minutes ago. That's a rip. Google bouncing up to 127s. That's a rip. Tesla moving up to 200, still hasn't broken it. These are big moves. These are big moves. And I think we got to call them big moves because relative to the previous range, these are pretty decent moves. We'll see if they continue. But yeah, it's all relative. It depends on what we're trading. You know, if I'm day trading, these are pretty big rips. But yeah, everything's kind of pumping up right now. You love to see it. Google up to 127.12s right now. This is the final pump before the deal is done. Then I'm expecting a sell-off. Maybe. Lucid? Man, it's been a while since I looked at Lucid stock. Lucid's been pumping up, you know. Yeah, I bet those are doing pretty solid, bar. What is the rate hike? The rate hike is on the 14th, so in exactly 2 weeks. Wait, is this the 31? Yeah, so actually a little bit over 2 weeks, about a day over 2 weeks. All right, Tesla dipping down a little bit. So yeah, so Tesla did hit 200.1 cent. Now pulling back a little bit, but Google's still popping up pretty big here. SPY still making moves. It's at 422.60s right now. Yeah, Tesla shorts aren't super happy right now. I mean, guys, like I said, man, people have to understand. Like I understand taking short trades, but like I never short blue chip companies. You know why? Is because it's going against the biggest edge you'll ever have long term. The biggest edge you'll ever get in the market, despite what any YouTuber preaching doom and gloom, you know, market, you know, whatever. Despite anybody saying the market's going to crash, despite any, you know, argument of extension, the biggest edge in blue chips is that they go up long term. You know, the S&P 500 gives you 6 to 12% yearly, or 6 to 12% on average every year, right? And that includes crash statistics, which means that on average, on a good year, the market's going to pump up way more than 6%. And so shorting, you know, big blue chips in the S&P 500 is one of the biggest risk trades you could ever get involved with. But yet, you know, the Big Short and Michael Burry made everybody want to short. Everybody wants to short. Everybody wants to make their money shorting. Again, I'm not saying there's not some opportunity there. Of course, right now, you know, there's a lot of potential extended stocks that you can make money on, but I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not going to take those trades. I'll buy up stocks instead, you know, when they're extended on the downside. That's the way I combat extension. But yeah, y'all just be careful. Yeah, I was looking at TGT earlier. The problem with TGT right now, we were talking about it with somebody else. The problem with this one right now is that the PE ratio is too high for it. Somebody was talking about a buy and a dip in TGT today. Again, the problem, I don't know, the PE ratio, it says it's only 23,660. So let me look at Bard. Where are you at, Bard? Okay, actually, Target's not that bad for... Target's not that bad right now. I mean, I think there's risk, of course. Everybody knows the risk here. I don't know. I'm going to wait. All right, so we're starting to get some dips. Some dippy dips here. So here's Tesla. Here's the SPY. Here's Netflix. All pulling back simultaneous to each other. So yeah, Netflix is ripping up. Admittedly going against the trend, but I'm currently in an NQ short scout because it's got to fill the... Hey, good luck, Sama. You know. Yeah, I don't know. What I will say, though, guys, is that there's a lot of polarity in the market. When is AIC3 coming out with earnings? We could probably cover that, too. That's one of the stocks that we could cover, actually, for earnings. Here, let me find it. A few people talk about that one today. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Okay, thank you, Martin. Hey, maybe we'll cover it, dude. That's probably a big enough company that, you know, it's not a big blue chip or anything like that, but it's such a big name right now with AI. It might be worth it to cover. It is going to influence other AI companies too, so that might be interesting. We'll watch it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Hey, what's up, Rod? It might be big enough to cover the earnings, though. Yeah, I'm looking up. Maybe we might. All right, so we got a little dippy dip here. Market's starting to bounce back, though. So we got a little pullback. Market's coming back up now. Is there any news in Netflix? Let me check. I don't see anything, but I'll look up to see if we got any other stuff. Hold on one second. Let me look. No, I don't see any news for Netflix here. Nothing today, at least. So Netflix is just running. I don't know why, but it's up. All right, guys. SPY at 422s. Netflix at 397s. All right, SPY pull it back a little bit. I'm kind of tempted to buy this dip in the futures market here. Let me see if I can. All right, guys, bear with me. Yeah, so we might buy a little dippy dip in futures here if we can. Okay. All right, SPY's starting to bounce. So again, I'm thinking about buying a little dip. Tesla finally starting to pull back, but Netflix, guys, is the one that's really running up big. Yeah, I don't see any news. Let's see if we continue here, but man, look at the market. Yeah, market's flying up. Very strong day today. And again, I'm not super shocked, to be honest, that we got such a strong day today. Again, I'm not super shocked. Tesla bouncing up a little bit. SPY moving up. And Netflix still running up. Yeah. All right, so we are in one contract of the regular E-mini here. So we are in one contract of the regular E-mini. You can kind of see we are up about 37 bucks on the last little bit. Kind of riding this bounce back up. Where is the... Yeah, so we already locked in some profit there. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and take that off here. So yeah, we are up. See, I wanted to buy the dip. I love buying dips like this. And so just today we are up about $75 on the day. Nice little cushion heading into the opening bell. And again, it's been a really, really, really good week. So again, here's my trading results the last 7 days. Our profit factor is about, or our win to loss ratio is about 4.29 to 1. We're up about 700. So we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Market popped. We'll see if it drags everything else up, but yeah. Well, basically, I think regardless of what the deal entails, right? I think there were worries and fears that they weren't going to get a deal done and that was going to default. That was going to cause them to default on the debt, and that was going to be, that made a lot of people scared. That caused a lot of fear. So now that they've come to an agreement, despite what that agreement might be, the market's gapping up. And it's not a surprise. I told people we might get something like this last week. I told people where the market was down big on fears from the debt deal not getting done, that when they announced the deal was done, the market would probably bounce. And so that's what we're getting today. Now, a lot of people don't like the deal. A lot of people do like the deal. But yeah. So they're scheduled to vote on the bill today, this evening. Did you take those trades in front of live chat? I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm right here, bro. I mean, we just took the trade just now. We got in, we got out. We bought the regular E-mini right here. Is what we did. Salesforce earnings. Yeah, Salesforce is not really big enough. We'll probably do C3 though tomorrow, so I'll probably stream C3 earnings. I just got to remind myself, but yeah, we'll probably stream it. I think with the hype that one's had over the last couple of days, with the hype that's had over the last couple of days, I think it'll be worthwhile to cover. And yeah, Clueless. Listen, man, you're coming at me from a really what seems to be critical angle. And again, understand, I don't claim to be an expert. I don't claim to be a good trader. Sometimes I am going to take trades off stream. You know what I mean? Sometimes I am going to take trades away from people. I'm not selling a course. I'm not claiming to be a good trader. You know, so you're coming at me like I'm a day trading guru, and I'm not. You know, like I'm not claiming to be, I don't even claim to be a good trader. In fact, I think my swing trades are probably a little bit better than my day trades, especially lately. And so again, I don't guarantee anything. I'm not claiming to be good. You know, the channel's called beginner trading, bro. Beginner trading, dude. You know. So yeah. Anyways, if it does not pass, it'll be a big red day. Yeah. So they'll announce it this evening. If it doesn't pass, it's going to tank the markets for sure. And so that's a dynamic you want to pay attention to as well. Yeah, definitely top 3 most humble ever for sure. Definitely top 3. You watching Blink Chargers? No, not really. It's been a while since I watched them. Every time I answer, you say the same thing as a reminder. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna say it over and over again because it's important for traders to understand. You know, it really is. It's important for people to get like what I'm doing here, which is that like we're not claiming to be good. We don't want people. We certainly don't want people to copy us. You know, we're just kind of we're just reporting on news fast. Really, the channel's grown a lot because we cover economic data quickly. And that's no exception. Like we cover economic data fast. You know, when we have big releases, thousands of people are here because we cover data quick. You know, we cover data quick. You can either pay $30K for Bloomberg Terminal or you can subscribe to beginner trading for free. I thought the vote was Tuesday afternoon, John. And they might have extended it. I don't know. Yeah, and it's all good, Clueless. Like I said, you're not, I don't think you're like hating or anything. I just, what I'm trying to say though is that I'm not going to show you guys half my trades. You know, I'll probably hide half of them. It doesn't matter. Either way, like trading, I'll show you guys. I day trade in front of most people though. Like every day trade, every day at the opening bell, we day trade. You know, so like every day we day trade. But again, I'm not claiming to be an expert. You know, I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. You know, like we're just a kind of a community of traders here. That's it. Hey, what's up, Lane? Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Do what again, Dave? Yeah, if it doesn't go through, the market's gonna tank. Yeah, we'll see, dude. Yeah, I would be careful. Again, there's always risk here, guys. There's a risk that the deal doesn't go through. Like basically, from what I can gather here, on the debt ceiling talks, right? What I can gather here is that So the House Rules Committee is expected to vote this evening. 3 of the 9 Republicans on the panel, which is divided 9-4 between Repubs and Dems, are conservative hardliners who are critical of the agreement, meaning there's a chance they could kill the bill if no Dems support it. Now I think that chance is low because obviously the Dems are going to support it, I think. So I think that chance is low, but it's still a chance, and it's something to be understanding of for sure. Yeah, definitely top 3 most humble. Hater humble stock guru on YouTube for sure. Definitely top 3. Tony for sure. Definitely top 3. Starting to break into the top 2 category. They're definitely top 3 most humble. Greatest looking, most humble trader ever right now. But yeah, guys, market is up a little bit today. Again, market's mostly reacting. I thought this would happen where they're going to announce that. Basically, from what I gather here on the debt talks, they basically agreed on the deal. It's just yet to be signed and executed, So Elizabeth Holmes is set to go to jail today. Miami Heat going to the finals. Oh, okay, yeah. So y'all are right. They're scheduled to vote tomorrow. So they're set to vote tomorrow. Y'all are right. Again, market's bouncing up a little bit more here. A little bit more. Hey, John, do you know why TOS says my available funds for trading are more than my option buying power? Do you have a margin account, Shepard? If you have a margin account, they give you leverage. So they give me 4x leverage on my account. Like, so on my TOS account, they give me like 200,000 in buying power, and it's not a $200,000 account. They give me 4x leverage. So it depends, and a lot of the time it's automatic. So like, you don't even have to ask for it. All right, guys, Tesla's still bouncing up a little bit. It's at 199.60s here. SPY consolidating. Netflix dragged the market up a lot here. Of course, we've got Nvidia breaking highs again at 405.40s right now. 405.40s. Cash account? Yeah, I don't know then. You want to just reach out to them. You can always chat with TOS pretty easily, Shepard, by going to support, and they'll get you in contact with like a rep. You don't have to speak to them on the phone. You can just kind of chat with them. Wait, quick question here. Isn't TOS doing a merge? Log in here. Let me reach out. Speaking of that, I'm going to hit up support right now. All right, yeah. Because I think they're supposed to be doing a merge from TOS or something like that anyway. They did that already? I'm still on TD Ameritrade, so if they merged, I don't, I mean, I didn't say I was a lousy trader, Clueless. And I can't tell if you're sarcastic or not, to be honest, Clueless. But yeah, I mean, I'm not telling people I'm a lousy trader. I'm not claiming to be good, you know. Again, there's too much liability. There's enough day trading gurus acting sleazy, selling people overpriced courses on publicly available content already. You know, I'm just kind of the anti-guru here. I'm just kind of doing the opposite. Bitcoin MACD tech breakout. All that to get swept by Denver. Maybe, man. Maybe. All right, guys. It's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. We do have the Case-Shiller data coming out today, I think. But yeah, we'll see. They're voting on the bill Wednesday. That's why I'm selling C3 AI this morning and waiting until Wednesday. Yeah, well, tomorrow they have earnings coming out. So earnings. Okay. Good day to you, sir. So I know there's supposed to be a merger. Yeah. Weird people, man. Sometimes you just got weird people that are just kind of sitting around. Imagine sitting in a stream for 3 hours just to be a hater, bro. You gotta have some stuff going on. Nvidia rip it up over highs right now at 407. 407s right now. So crazy big run for Nvidia right now. Huge rip up. We'll see if it continues. But man, Nvidia breaking highs again at 407 right now. Crazy run for Nvidia here. Will it break 415s today? I guess is the question. Yeah. I don't need to do another hater rant. I think I'm all right. You know, again, we'll just kind of ban them and move on. It's all good. I'm used to it. Most of the time, it's people who, again, usually the people that act like that are just people who, you know, you'd be surprised at how many failed YouTubers turn into haters, right? And I guess I kind of understand, like, if I was trying to be a successful YouTuber and I failed at that, you know, I might get mad at the people who succeeded out of insecurity. You know what I mean? And I think I see it a lot from those type of people. They're super critical. They're super harsh, right? Most of the time, they're just upset that they struggled. And I'm not hating on anybody that's trying to do their thing on YouTube. Like, do your thing, okay? But yeah, you'd be surprised at how many of them are that specifically. The other ones are like, you know, if I ended up say I got talked into buying a $5,000 course, you know. And then say some guy like me came around and was like, yo, you didn't need to buy that. You got ripped off. That might kind of be a touchy subject for me in that regard because, you know, again, confirmation bias is so strong. If I spend $5,000 on a course, oh, bro, that's the best course ever. Greatest course ever. Greatest course of all time. Why? It's because I spent $5,000 on it. I want to justify that expense. That might be a little hard to hear somebody come along and be like, hey, you didn't need to pay that, you know? And so I think those are the biggest culprits of that situation, as well as like people who have tried to work with me before for whatever reason it didn't work out. You know, they're kind of still bitter about that sometimes, I think, too. So that's my guess of where the haters come from, but maybe I'm wrong. But no, guys, I'm watching Nvidia pump up right now. So Nvidia is just under 408. Time stop? No, it's kind of like an option, I guess. Yeah, Nvidia going crazy. Have you ever done or heard of using a time stop? No, I've never heard of that, man. Again, why not just buy an option, though, if you're going to use a time stop? Why not just buy an option that expires? Same concept, right? Plus, you probably get a little bit more bang for your buck in regards to, like, buying power. implications with options relative to stocks and just a time stop loss. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, everybody wants my play button. You know, top 3 greatest play buttons in the world right now for sure. Definitely top 3. But no, it's all good. Again, stuff's starting to move up a little bit. Nvidia right at the highs of the day again at 407.30s. 407.30s. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, Room. I'm not mad at a $400 course, right? Like I'm okay with courses. I'm not a course hater. Like I understand. Like listen, if you want to spend $500 on a course and you think it's valuable and you get value from that course, like listen, that's a good course. I'm not mad at that. What I'm specifically talking about is people promising the world for like thousands of dollars and then not delivering. You know, and I think that's rampant right now in day trading, especially. You know. Not everybody though. There's some good stuff. There's some good courses, bad courses, good traders, bad traders. You know, it is what it is. But no, again, Nvidia right at 407s, 407.66 is the high of the day now. Let's see if it pops that. We got a little bit of a double top up here though. So again, I think this will be a really interesting level to see if we actually hold. Because yeah, you can see the double top right here. Yeah, 0 days till expiry options maybe. Yeah, those are super risky. Man, I have a friend. He absolutely would not listen about those penny stocks. Yeah, man. Penny stock, it's rampant in penny stocks too. You know? Yeah, and again, like promises of riches can be such a powerful thing. You know? Like if you promise somebody riches, if you tell somebody, hey, you're gonna get rich if you do this, sometimes they just ignore logic. They ignore logic. They ignore statistics. They ignore, you know, the facts about it. And they just kind of live in that dream world of like, yeah, I'm about to day trade penny stocks and get rich, you know? I mean, listen, I'm not mad at them, but and maybe some of them do make money. Again, I don't know. I know I don't when I trade them. Again, Nvidia still tested the top of the range. It's at 407.50s. 407.50s. We'll see if it actually holds. Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah, Nvidia with a PE ratio of 202. AMD probably ripping up on this too. Yeah, so AMD hit 130s. Yeah. It's a hard thing, man. Hey, what's up, Paulo? Yeah, smart money. Follow the big money. Big money is who you want to follow. Yeah, for sure, Ride. 100%, man. Again, Nvidia just cracked over highs again. Hit out 408 right now. 408.30s for Nvidia. Dragging the rest of the market up with it to a certain extent. Up to 408.30s right now. I've never used it, Charlie. Apple reaches 52-week highs. Does it really? Apple up to 177.80s. Is that the lifetime high? No. So the lifetime high for Apple right now is 183 roughly. 183. Nvidia just tapped over highs again at 409. Man, this is probably one of the crazier short squeezes we've seen in a long time. Even if the short float is small for Nvidia. Hey, what's up, Jamie? I'm doing good, man. I'm over here in Texas. It's 7 a.m. Yeah, Nvidia, 409s right now, guys. 409s for Nvidia. Crazy run, to be honest. Absolutely crazy. what a crazy run here for Nvidia. All right, so Nvidia up there to 409.30s right now, guys. Wow. All right, guys. What a crazy run today, man. Nvidia up there at 409.30s, right around the high of the day. Tesla skyrocketing up there 230s over the last week or two, man. The SPY up to 422.80s right now, too. Nvidia right at the highs again. Everything else is popping up big too, including Disney, Apple. Gold. All right, finally getting a pullback in Nvidia at 409s here. Tesla broke highs again at 200.5s. So Tesla over 200.5s now. Looking at our poll number, we said, does the SPY close over 423 today? It's right under 423. 69% of people say yes. 31% of people say no. Will we hit this, guys? Will we hit this? Do you guys invest in any stock? No, we're not throwing darts at a dartboard and just buying whatever it hits, man. Nobody is. We are, again, like I'm looking, everybody has their own strategy. Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey, good luck, dude. Hope you make some money, bro. Nvidia broke highs again, hit 409s. New highs of Nvidia are 409.30. Again, Tesla testing highs again. SPY testing highs again at 423s. Honestly, what a crazy run. Microchips, specifically what it is. And then the C3 earnings will be interesting tomorrow as well. Crazy. And again, if you want to day trade some of this crazy momentum right now, check out TopStep. TopStep is a futures trading platform for stocks, or not for stocks, I'm sorry. TopStep is a futures trading platform, and it's the most legit funded program in the world. And so a lot of day traders want to day trade, but they don't have the equity for it. Like to day trade without a margin account, you need 25K. Or to day trade with a margin account, you need 25K plus. You really need about 30K. And so that's really hard. That's a tough amount of equity for most people to put up. And they want to day trade, but understand most pro traders trade futures. You know, futures, you could trade the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, currencies, and there's more liquidity. It's why most pro day traders day trade futures. On TopStep, you know, the good thing is that it's regulated in the U.S. Futures are. And so you can day trade short in the U.S. with a margin account with no PDT restriction. You can day trade the NASDAQ, you can day trade the SPY with no PDT in what's called the E-mini and the NQ. And Top Step is the most legit futures funded program in the world. It genuinely builds your skill, regardless of whether you get funded or not. And so what they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill. And if you can hit the target on their demo without hitting their max loss, it's a 2-to-3 ratio. So if you can make 3K in profit on a 50K demo for the base package without losing 2,000, and they recently got rid of the daily max loss as well. If you can do that, they'll fund you 50 grand with a 90% split, and they have packages all the way up to 150K. And so if you get funded and you make 20K, you keep 18 of that. They keep 2,000 since they're funding you that money. And again, it really is the most legit futures funded program in the world. It's the best way to diversify, where it's like if you're good enough to pass it, you keep 90% of your profit. If you're not good enough to pass it, you're only down like 130 something if you use my link, and you can reset your account for 100. And so your risk is limited, but the reward is pretty solid. With 90% split. And so again, if you want to check them out, great way to help support the channel. They are a sponsor of mine. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor because of course they're a sponsor of mine, but it really is a good way to test your skill and limit your risk as a new trader. If you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel. And again, they're a sponsor of mine. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. I can't guarantee you're going to profit. I think most traders are going to lose these challenges because most day traders lose. But this is a much cheaper way to lose, if that makes sense. And it really builds your skill, I think. Yeah, you can only day trade futures. But there's a S&P 500 futures contract. It's called the E-mini. There's a NASDAQ futures contract. It's called the NASDAQ micro, the NQ is what it's called. And so you can day trade those assets with no PDT rule in futures. That's what a lot of people miss out on in the benefits of futures, to be honest. GSAT, bro. It's been a long time since I've seen GSAT. GSAT is barcoding right now, man. Why is the market up so much? Is it sustainable? I don't know. Again, I always tell people I don't know because that's what people need to hear, and I really don't know. I think there's a lot of arguments for stuff the market could do. I think if the debt talks tomorrow somehow don't go through, the market's going to tank. If the debt deal goes through, we have some arguments for the upside. We also have some economic data coming out this week. So today we have CB consumer confidence. Tomorrow we have the JOLTS job report and non-farm employment change data. Thursday we have jobless claims. Friday we have unemployment and non-farm payrolls, all relevant to inflation, worries, recession fears, all relevant to that stuff. So again, we'll see if we get some good action. Yeah, Nvidia consolidating around those tops. Well, what I've read on the debt ceiling is that they've agreed on terms, like a handshake agreement. They just need to get the votes passed tomorrow, I believe, is what's going on. And chat, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's going on. Yeah, looking at everything else, man. Look at Tesla rip here, guys. Tesla up to 201.30s right now. 201.30s for Tesla. A huge pop up here. Wow. Is this the beginning of a new bull run? I don't know. What does it mean for the market? I really don't know. I don't know what the market's going to do. I know AI's ripping up, of course. Tomorrow we have C3 AI earnings, and C3 is ripping up. And we'll try to stream those earnings here. Yeah, didn't the Astros lose yesterday against the Twins with Correa? Yeah, so we lost. It's all right. Astros still got a great record, 31-22. Let me look at our division. And I can't watch the Astros because of the stupid restrictions. Still behind the Rangers, but not that far. We're like 5 games behind the Rangers. We'll catch them. But the Rangers are good this year. Honestly, the Angels are never going to make it, bro. I feel bad for Trout and Ohtani. Is really who I feel bad about. SPY pull it back a little bit more. We're already green on the day a little bit. We might buy a little bit more too. Nvidia finally starting to come down a little bit here. Tesla's still looking pretty strong right now, though. All right, so we just bought a little micro pullback here. One contract in the micro. I want to see if we bounce after this pullback here. Nvidia might influence it some, and I'm not going to hold this forever. Disney's still up a lot. Luckily we got a cushion on the day, but I'll let it see if it bounces here, but we're going to cut it pretty fast if it does it. All right, so we're back up there. No new news about Ohtani. I haven't been watching the Angels games either. Is Ohtani out? Oh, he got hit with a 90 versus the White Sox. All right, market's finally starting to pull back here after a big run up this morning. Where did he get hit at? All right, so markets pull it back a little bit. I'll probably cut my trade really quickly here too. I'm watching Nvidia very closely here. I'm watching Tesla too. We'll give it time to bounce. Really depends on what the other tech stocks do. All right, so there goes Nvidia pop up a little bit. SPY bounced up already a little bit, some at least. Yeah, I mean, the market's mostly up today. The market's very green. Most other tech stocks are green too. All right, so we're in 2 contracts in the micro, or of the regular E-mini here. We bought this dip. I want to see if we can get up enough to take profit. Kind of flat right now on the trade. I'd love to see the market bounce up a little bit more so I can unload at least one of these contracts here. Either way, we've got a $75 cushion on the day. So even if we get out here, we'll be break even. And I like the trade. We're right around break even now, but again, we're not going to hold through a complete drop. All right, so now at this point, we're flat on the day. I want to give it time to bounce, but yeah, that doesn't look good. Yeah, we're going to cut that. All right, so we're probably down like 25 bucks on the day now. Market just slammed under this level. It might bounce right back, but Nvidia dropping down, I think I don't want to get stuck in it. AI just broke highs again. So speaking of other AI stocks, look at AI right now. C3 up to 37.20s right now. 37.20s. Big run. Big move. Gold's bouncing back a little bit too. PayPal's up some as well. Right ankle. Ooh, that's a rough spot to get hit. All right, so we do have, in about 45 minutes, we do have the Case-Shiller House Price Index numbers coming out. So C3 coming out tomorrow. Or C3 earnings are coming out tomorrow, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. Today we have the Case-Shiller at about 37 minutes. We've got the CB Consumer Confidence expectations coming out at 10 a.m. And so we'll cover that too. But AI is looking really strong. Looking really strong. All right, market looks like it might bounce at the volume weighted average price here. We'll see if it does. Tony says it happens. I love that lift for the trail. Remember, I lost 2K over the weekend. I still took 199 to 1K, so 800 made. But gosh, they were trying to hurt me. You got to learn to lock in some profit, bro. You got to learn to lock in profit when you're up, dude. You know, good trade, but don't let it come all the way back on you, bro. You got to lock that in, man. Good morning, John. Are they going to unhalt top? I don't freaking know, man. Top was super sketchy, dude. Not shocked to see it down all the way. All right, so again, we are bouncing up a little bit in Disney here too, man. But the market's finally dipping down. Part of me wants to buy the dip. We are down slightly on the day now. Yeah, we're down like $60 on the day. But yeah, all good, dude. I only made 3 trading last week. Hey, green is good. Hey, nice, Jamie. Yeah, guys. So again, we will see if we get some good action today, man. And so SPY pull it back, but Tesla is still testing highs of the day right now. So again, I pull it back. Tesla still testing the top. All right, so market's still right at the volume weighted average price. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Chart Prime got a new update, dude, and it is crazy accurate. In my opinion. Maybe wrong, but it's much more active now for Chart Prime. Much more active. And looking at the back tests, it looks pretty solid. Again, AI still pumping up. Tesla up there at 201s. SPY at 422s here. Very good trend identifier. I always am able to pick amazing winners. Yeah, you got to learn to just lock that in, Tony. That's what you got to do, bro. You just got to lock it in, man. If you're up big, dude, the mentality should be, let me take profit. You know, you could always want more gains. You could always want more upward movement. But like the reality is, if you're up big in anything, you're probably the stock, the individual stock that you're trading is probably a little extended short term. You know what I mean? So like keeping it pushing and keeping wanting more is just going to make you lose out on all the profit you make, brother. You know, at least just my humble opinion. I might be wrong, dude. Again, you're making money, man. So I'm happy for you, brother. just lock that ish in, man. You know, uh, yeah. Hey, what's up, CT? Yeah, Nvidia crazy today, man. Again, it's super interesting. There's AI right there. Here's Nvidia. Nvidia finally pulling back all the way up to freaking 410s. All right, so SPY started to break under the volume weighted average price here. And so again, we'll see if it holds, but starting to crack here. All right, so SPY back over the volume weighted average price. I hope it holds. We'll see. Yeah, I'm testing the Chart Prime new updated indicator. It's called Market Oracle Pro right now. So far, it's been right about this down move. Hey, what's up, Trading Cowboy? Hey, thanks, man. Futurama, an old show. I remember it. Yeah, I think the debt ceiling talk is making people optimistic, you know. Hey, bro, props to Chart Prime, dude. Chart Prime, and I watched the signal happen where it was in, again, it dead and repaint. It bet the downward move here, and now we're getting this drop. So it's a much shorter term indicator here for Chart Prime, which is really cool. I think that's a great thing for Chart Prime, too. I found an AI ETF that was just started on May 17th and 18th. They literally have all the favorites. Could be a good op to go. Maybe. I guess the argument, though, is AI extended? You know what I mean? I think that's the big thing is like, is AI extended on the upside now? You know, and I don't know. You know, again, we'll see. But that's the real question: is AI extended on the upside? I understand the argument for each. I think anything could happen. You know, I really think anything could happen. I think the biggest thing with AI right now is that it's up so much already. You know, Nvidia has a PE ratio of 200 plus right now. So, I mean, I think there's obviously risk there, but I still think that there's a chance that it runs regardless of that. And that, you know, so many people are getting into the AI sector now that, you know, I don't think it matters that much, you know. Man, the Rangers are killing it this year, man. They're doing great. The Brewers at the top two. It's a weak division, though, with the Cardinals, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, and Brewers. Dodgers doing their thing again. Padres not doing great. Giants not doing that great. Diamondbacks doing pretty good. Dodgers still killing it, though. Phillies slumping down a little bit this year. So there's a little pop. Nvidia says AI will make everybody a programmer. Yeah, but I think AI is much different than NFTs, though, Pawn. Pawn said, looking back at the NFT stocks during the NFT craze a few years ago, this could be similar. True, but I think there's one big difference here. And again, it's all love. Like, we can agree to disagree there. Nobody's going to agree on everything, so it's all good. But I think the big difference is AI has much more utility than an NFT ever did. I think AI is much more useful. It's going to be much more ingrained in tech, much more than NFTs ever would be. And so NFTs were, I guess, the big difference I see is that most people didn't think NFTs were heavy utility, instruments. I think it's going to be, I think if you ask people whether they think AI has utility right now, a large majority of people are going to say yes. So I think that's the big difference. And so I think AI has much more longevity in tech than NFTs ever would, you know. But again, I might be wrong there. You might be right. I still can agree that I think there might be some extension here, but yeah. The Brewers. Yeah, I think Milwaukee is probably like a small cap team. Kind of like the Athletics this year. They're thinking about moving it to Vegas. I think that's a good move. I think Oakland's just a rough area, so it's gonna be hard to get people to go out. Sometimes. Hey, what's up, UV? FOMO retail is gonna push this AI bubble up near term. Yeah. Yeah, I think AI is gonna make a lot of people programmers. Hey, thanks, Charlie. All right, guys, Nvidia pumping up to 407.65, so you're starting to make this run back up. The SPY bounced right at the 200 EMA. And so if you're not watching the 200 EMA, I think you're missing out on price action here. So, look at the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price. I've talked about this many times, but I think, waiting for stocks to pull back to this level and then bouncing back up is a pretty solid little strategy. And then it's also really easy, risk, because if it breaks under 200 EMA cleanly, then you can just say, okay, well, I'm getting out. I'll try to get next time. But a lot of the time you're going to get little bounces like this right at the 200 EMA, right at the volume weighted average price. And just being patient and waiting for those can be a high probability trade, in my opinion. I think they'd stick with the Athletics CT. I think I don't think they're gonna get rid of the Athletics name. I think they're gonna keep the name, but they're just gonna move cities. Because the Oakland A's are kind of famous team, man. I hope they don't get rid of them. Billy Bean and Moneyball, and they've had some great players over the years too. I hope they keep the A's. But the Vegas Athletics or something like that. Disney making moves up to almost 89. I think of AI as a car. Yes, it took out the horses. Right, for sure. I always tell people there's always going to be resistance to technology growth. You know what I mean? Again, as you suggested, when the carriage came out, or when the automobile came out, carriage manufacturers were against it. They were saying, "Oh, these automobiles, this is, these are evil," or they'll say whatever they wanted to say. Right? Over time, it just showed it was, the business model was disrupted. The carriage business model was disrupted by cars, by automobiles. And I think that's an obvious thing. And I think over time, technology evolves. Tech evolves, and I think that's kind of what we're in right now with AI. I think that's what we're in with a lot of different things, to be honest, but especially AI. I think it just evolves the space. Disney looking strong here. Tesla still moving up at 201.30s. 201.30s. What do you think about Nvidia, Tesla, Netflix up 4 to 5%, Microsoft, Apple, Google at 1%? I mean, I think they're never going to be exact in terms of percentage increases, but I think they're all up, and I think a lot of these are really extended, on the day, or not on the day. I think a lot of these are up huge amounts over the last 3 weeks, Google included. Apple is up big. You know, Microsoft is up huge over the last like 6 months, really. So I think a lot of these are just up a lot. And so I think I don't think holding them to the standard of Nvidia or Tesla right now is, you know, the easiest thing to do, because I think there's just a lot of differences. I think Microsoft's up big, Apple's up big, Google's up big. I think Nvidia is the leader. You know, Tesla is only just now starting to run, and Netflix, you know, is, you know, I think they're less extended, except for Nvidia. Hey John, what is the price of Nvidia to reach $1 trillion market cap? I don't know. I could try to calculate it, but I really don't know. Right now, the market cap for Nvidia is 961. So you'd have to do it percentage-wise here. And so to calculate this, we'd have to see what is the percentage increase from 961.966 to 1,000. The percentage increase there would be 3.95%. So 3.95% would be the percentage increase. And then so you would do, what is 3.95% of Nvidia's current price, which is at 408.3, and that would be $16 roughly, about 16 bucks. And so then you would just kind of add 408. You'd add 408.3 plus 16. And so the price for Nvidia hit $1 trillion would be $424.3 a share. So that's the math, right? So Nvidia hits 424, 424.50. It's going to hit $1 trillion market cap, roughly. Tesla just broke highs, got up to 201.78. SPY still over the VWAP here. Nvidia still up to 408 plus. Is 28 too old to start? Of course not. It's never too old to start, man. You know. Tesla too high to dollar cost average today? I don't know. Do what you guys do. Y'all have different risk tolerances than me. Yeah, no worries, Ray. All right, Nvidia dipping down a little bit though. So yeah, 420s or so is going to give Nvidia a trail market cap. Let's see if it hits it. But yeah, guys, we got about an hour until the market opens. About an hour. Again, Nvidia dipping down to 406.80s, guys. 406.80s. Tesla at 201.20s. 201.20s. Let's talk what Netflix can do. This 400 in open market. Yeah, I mean, Netflix is around there, man. We'll see if it continues. Netflix at almost $400 right now. Not quite there yet, but it's close. SPY pull it back a little bit, but yeah, here's Netflix. So it's getting close there. It's at 398. 398.90s is the high of the day for Netflix here. How much is your course? It's $0.00. Again, Disney's still moving up. It's almost up to 89s right now. Tesla with a decent little pullback here, right around that previous support level at around 201s here. We'll see if it holds that spot. But yeah, what's up, Santiago? Glad I kept my Tesla options. Sold all of them Friday. Hey, good luck, man. All right, so again, Netflix pulling back, Tesla pulling back, Nvidia pulling back a little bit here over a short term. So what's the play today? I don't know. Y'all be safe. Again, Chart Prime just did a new suite of indicators here, and I do like the Market Oracle Pro here. Like, look at this. So they did a much more short-term time frame for Chart Prime, where you can tune it a little bit better. But like, it's a much more active time frame, and so it's pretty cool here. So like, look, you get the buy indicator, you get the bounce, the short indicator. This one did work. Strong sell number here. You get a drop. Buy here. Look at the bounce. Buy here. Nice little bounce. Short here. This one might have been wrong, but strong sell signal there. Drop. Buy signal here. Nice little bounce. This one might have been wrong too, but this one was right. Look at that big bounce. This one was right. Look at that drop. This one was right. Look at that bounce. This one was right. Look at the drop. This one was right. Look at the bounce. Drop. Bounce. Drop. And so they got a lot more shorter term indicators here with Chart Prime. Is what they added here. You can also look at the other ones where if we look at just the regular market oracle, which is like the longer term reversal signals. And this is one of my favorite ones to do. And you can use this in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. Can be just really powerful. Like, look at these. Reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop, reversal down, drop. And you can use them on like an hourly time frame too. Let me see. One thing I haven't checked is the new Market Oracle Pro. Yeah, look at this. So each candlestick represents an hour. And again, the real edge, in my opinion, is when multiple show up together at once. So if you get them where multiple show up together at once, yeah, if you get them where multiple show up together at once, they can be powerful. Like, look, reversal up, strong signal, and you get the bounce. And again, if you get, look at the sell signal here. So look at the sell signal. These are hourly candles too. So like hourly days of drops afterwards. So it's pretty cool, man. Again, this is very cheap as well. It's like 35 bucks a month. You keep looking at this, you'll notice like there's some pretty cool stuff. Like, look, buy signal here, nice little bounce for hours. And so now you have much more shorter term signals too if you want to use them. And you can see the reversal down signal here lately too. And so far it's worked. So again, we'll see if it works. But yeah, check out Chart Prime. Again, they are a sponsor of mine, but they're pretty cheap, man. They're like 35 bucks a month if you use my link. I'll post the link right here if you want to check them out. Great way to help support the channel. Again, they're like 35 bucks if you use my link. You can get it for like 40% off. Check out the link right here. Yeah, so I think they vote on the deal tomorrow, Corey, is what I think. So I'm pretty sure they vote on the deal tomorrow. Not 100% sure though, but I think. Tesla with a fairly large little dip here. Nvidia falling back down too. And so you can see the strong sell signal so far has worked. Even the short term one worked as well. So interesting. And again, I can't guarantee any results in any of these markets. Of course, nobody can. John, do you think there'll be profit taken at the open? I think there might be shorter term profit taken than Nvidia was last week. I think there's less extension. And I think there might be shorter term. But again, I don't know. We'll see. So I think we might drop a little bit at the open for just kind of correcting from just sell-offs from correcting and profit taking. But again, I really don't know. We'll have to wait and see. You know. We also have the CB consumer confidence data coming out today at 10. And so market's pulling back. So again, you can kind of see Chart Prime did work there. So again, we got CB. My trading was pretty good. Day trading went really well, Prince. Swing trading, I'm still red on a couple of them, but like we're giving it time to bounce back. I think I'll be green long term on them. I'm just kind of giving it patience. And today we're up a lot on our swings too. So like if you look at my swings today, just in TOS, currently we're up like 140 or so on the day. So you can kind of see $144 or so on the day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. Nvidia 380 close was the 1 trillion mark. Was it really? It's already hit a trillion? Oh, maybe the platform I was using just hasn't updated yet. All right, guys. So again, market's kind of choppy right now here. So it's pretty sideways. We still got about 40 minutes until the market opens. And CB consumer confidence comes out at 10 a.m. Tomorrow is a little bit busier day. So tomorrow we got non-farm employment change. We have, I think we got non-farm employment change and then PMI data tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me check. Yeah, so tomorrow we got mortgages coming out Wednesday. Jolt's job report, Chicago PMI, and non-farm employment change tomorrow. So a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow. We're starting to finally see a little bounce back up around the 200 EMA, but we're in that middle range where I'm not going to buy it because we're above the 200 EMA but below the VWAP here. So we'll give it time, but yeah. PMI is Thursday. I have to check, man. Again, I think the holiday yesterday is kind of delaying it, so I'm pretty sure PMI is tomorrow. Or you might be right. So ISM manufacturing PMI is Thursday. Jobless claims and manufacturing PMI is Thursday. Tomorrow we have the ADP non-farm employment change and the JOLTS job report. PMI is Thursday with jobless claims. And then Friday we have unemployment and non-farm payrolls is what it is. So Friday will be the biggest day by far. Thursday probably coming in second. But tomorrow we got the prelim non-farm payroll data. So we got some stuff. Yeah, I think with some of these, it depends on what they're doing. All right, so SPY consolidating right now. And again, we still got a couple minutes here. JOLTS job report is going to be this evening. So, yeah, we got the JOLTS report. I'm finally starting to creep over VWAP here. We'll see if it actually holds now. Yeah, for sure. Top? I don't know. I don't know what top is. Is top a T? Is it news pending halt? It depends on what it is. So let's see, TOP. No, I think TOP is, I think what's happening right now, Martin, is they're investigating TOP for manipulation. This looks like a SEC investigation. This thing was halted 3 weeks ago. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Unless you might know more so about specific schedule for this one than I do. But it looks to me like it's a SEC investigation. But it might be wrong. Could be news pending, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we're back over the VWAP finally here. This should drag everything else up short term. The interesting spot right now, though, is like if you look at Tesla, we're right at 200s, big psychological level. We're at the volume weighted average price. If you look at Nvidia, we're right at the volume weighted average price, 200 EMA and 405 and 406. And so another big psychological level for both of these stocks here. But yeah. So I think if we're looking for a bounce in these, this might be the spot. What are some good movies to watch with my daughter? Her and I have been watching Good Will Hunting, which is just a great movie. But we're looking for movies to watch. I've showed her all the appropriate, like, greatest movies of all time that I can. There's still some that, of course, she can't watch yet, but I've showed her most of them. All right, so again, SPY's still moving up. We're right at that bounce level for everything. There might be an argument for a bounce spot. No, those are a little bit too kiddish. She's about to be 14. And so she is not into this cartoon movies anymore. Yeah. So we're watching Good Will Hunting right now, just to put it into perspective in terms of like movies. We're also starting Game of Thrones finally, you know. Yeah, I remember the Never Ending Story. Ocean's 11, she might like. Ocean's 11's good. And I'm a big poker player, so that's always a fun movie to watch. She might have seen it already, though, I think. I don't like the second one. I like 13 and 11 because they're casino-based. The middle one is too, you know. Lost Boys is good. She might like Lost Boys. I Care a Lot. Is that about the scammer who like tried to scam the old lady or something like that? Again, so we're right above the volume weighted average price right now. Well, I mean, we're letting her watch it, Chris, but there are websites online, like parent websites, that give us the timestamps of all the bad parts. And so we are slowly letting her watch those, but we are editing out all the bad parts because they show timestamps. Like the violence is probably okay, but like the other scenes specifically and some of the ways they talk, like we're editing all those out. So I should have clarified, like we're not letting her watch uncensored Game of Thrones. But we are letting her start it and editing out all the bad parts. And I don't know if we're going to keep watching it. It depends, you know. Three Ninjas, dude. I remember Three Ninjas. The Wolf of Wall Street. Nah, she can't watch that. Oh, she's seen Molly's game with me, so I'll watch Molly's game with her. She loved it. She loved it. She thought it was great. All right, guys. Tesla pulling back a little bit again. Nvidia at 406.20s. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We might not. If it's too much to where she can't understand context of it, we might just skip it. She could probably watch The Bournes. Godfather? I don't think she would be into Godfather. I think it's too slow paced. I mean, it's good. Godfather, one of the greatest movies ever, but it's a slow burn type of movie. I love The Godfather personally, but it's a slow burn movie that she's not. It takes a lot of character development to really understand, and so she might not want to watch it. Gotcha, Sam. I'll check it out. Yeah, she can't watch Friday either. All right, guys. So we'll see if we get a bounce at this big bounce level again. VWAP, psychological support level, 200 EMA, all around the same spot here for the SPY, for Tesla, for Nvidia. So if we are going to bounce short term, I think this is going to be the spot where we do. Jumper's good. Yeah, she's seen Catch Me If You Can. Like I said, any movie that I think is appropriate, like we've watched. That's what I'm trying to ask you guys. Godfather's really good. You got to watch it. It's a slow burn movie. Predator's all right, but it's too old for her to really get into. I love Predator, you know, but like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard watch for her. Like the '80s ones with Arnold. Scarface. No, she wouldn't understand it. All right, guys, Tesla bouncing up a little bit. Nvidia bouncing up a little bit. Again, these psychological levels are pretty easy to predict, at least a small bounce here. So again, guys, we told you guys we probably would bounce right here. And again, the reason we knew we might is simple. It's because we're pulling back to big psychological levels here. So we're pulling back to major psychological levels. So again, $200 on Tesla, the volume weighted average price, the SPY at $200, or the SPY at 422 in the VWAP here. Nvidia pulling back to 406, 405, the volume weighted average price, 200 EMA. Like, there's just a lot of bounce arguments right now. So it looks like TOP finally resumed. So I guess you were right, Martin. It's at 820s right now, 820s. I would just be careful. Tomorrow afternoon, I believe they're doing a vote. The 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe. Lord of the Rings, we've watched those for sure. So like my daughter cried at the end of the third one. They're just good movies, man. Yesterday we watched Guardians of the Galaxy with her and my son. So we watched both movies, 1 and 2. Good movies, man. Just good movies. Oh, Congo. My daughter tells me a story about Congo. So we were watching Congo, right? I was a kid that grew up on Congo. Like my dad got me Congo for Christmas when I was like 12 or 11, right after it came out. All right, so we are getting a bounce here on everything. Nvidia, Tesla, SPY bouncing at 200 EMA. But it's funny. So I didn't. My wife had never seen Congo, and I'm like notorious for falling asleep when they watch movies, right? So I fall asleep really, really easily. If I lay down flat on a bed, I'm falling asleep within like 20 minutes, you know? And so we were trying to find a movie. We finally picked Congo. Carol had never seen it. And so I fell asleep about 20 minutes in, leaving Carol and my daughter Maddie to watch this movie Congo that they had never seen before. When I woke up the next day, both my daughter and my wife looked at me like squinting eyes at me like, John, like, what kind of movie was that? They said, bro, I got chewed out when I woke up. Because they just, like, my daughter said she liked the movie, but it was brutal. She said it was brutal. Brutal watch for, an 11 or 12-year-old at the time. So, but yeah, so she still remembers Congo because she said I fell asleep putting this movie on that was crazy, But Congo's a great movie. It's absolutely ridiculous. You got a talking gorilla, that knows sign language. You got old boy trying to steal coffee cake, You got diamonds and lasers. It's just a ridiculous movie. Again, Nvidia started to bounce up. It's at 407s right now. Bro, I tried to get her to watch Contact yesterday, Chris. I was like, hey, you should watch Contact. Contact's good, dude. I like Contact. It got a lot of hate, but I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. Contact, stayed with me after you watch it. It's one of those movies that just makes you think, Markets are starting to pump, though. Disney up to 89 plus, 89.03s right now. Any reports today? Not really. Yeah, Tesla at 201s. We got CB consumer confidence data coming out in less than an hour. So we got CB consumer confidence data coming out pretty soon. All right, again, Tesla, Nvidia bounced exactly where we told you guys we might. Disney all the way up to 89 plus here. So Disney's running. Top is finally resumed. The fourth kind, bro. Oh man, dude, I remember that. The one about the owls, dude. Honestly, it's supposed to be about a true story too, which is even scarier. But yeah, I've seen the fourth kind. Not a fun movie to watch, you know. Yeah, she's seen The Sandlot. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. All right, guys. So again, we're bounced right at that level I told you guys, right around 405, 405, 406 for Nvidia. Tesla bounced right around 200, 201. And so we'll see if they continue. Disney, again, one of the stronger stocks recently, still pumping up some. Little Giants, one of the great old school movies. But no, Disney moving up to 89.20s here. Again, top is resumed. Nvidia pulling back a little bit now. We'll see if everything else follows suit. We got the bounce right around those levels I talked about, but now we're starting to retrace pretty fast. Thoughts on Baba? Baba, I don't know, man. I think Baba is one of those stocks that I'm just skeptical of. You know, I think the market overseas is not the super reliable market I want to invest long term in anything in. Too much government influence on stuff like Baba for me to really buy it and sit on it. Yeah, Little Big League. We've seen that. Good movie for sure. All right, Nvidia turning down at 406 right now, guys. 406. Oil stocks. Yeah, I mean, I can look at ExxonMobil and stuff, but again, market opens up in about 23 minutes. At this point, I'm just waiting to see the market open. Nvidia finally diving back down to the volume weighted average price here. So Nvidia pulling back some now too. Is it extended on the upside? Again, I know Bulldog Trading was here talking about shorting it this morning. We'll see. Yeah, we've seen both the OG and the remake of Bad News Bears. Never seen that one, Corey. I haven't seen that one either, but yeah. All right, guys. Nvidia dipping down, Tesla dipping down, SPY pulling back down to 422.30s. And again, we are going to be day trading on Top Step today. We are going to be day trading futures right now. We'll see if we get something good. All right, remember, we got CB consumer confidence data dropping in about an hour here. Let me fix this. We'll put it at the top. There we go. All right, guys. So we're going to be day trading futures. And again, if you haven't checked out Top Step, again, if you want to day trade, you shouldn't be day trading a cash account with penny stocks. Like, you're going to be so severely restricted trying to day trade a cash account in stocks that it's just not going to be worth it. Where you want to probably trade is futures. Futures, there's no PDT restriction. You can day trade short, buy market, buy bid, sell the ask. You can look just like this right here. Buy market, buy bid, sell the ask. It's just like stocks. You could day trade the NASDAQ. You could day trade the S&P 500. You could day trade currencies. If you like Forex, you could day trade some currencies at least. You could day trade gold, silver. And so you could day trade actively, no PDT restriction, all that good stuff in futures. And again, Top Step is the easiest way to get your feet wet without taking on too much risk. They recently got rid of the daily max loss as well. So the base package, they give you a 50K demo and they test your skill. And if you can hit 3K in profit on that 50K demo and follow the rest of their rules and phases without losing 2,000 total, then they fund you 50 grand with a 90% split. It is the single easiest way to get your feet wet in futures without taking on a lot of risk. But if you pass it, you still get a lot of the benefit. So if you fail, you're only down 130 something if you use my link. If you pass it, you still keep 90% of your profit. And so it really is the best of both worlds. And I think most people are going to fail because most day traders lose money. And I'm always honest and transparent about that. And they are a sponsor of mine. But again, it's just a lot better than trading a cash account, guys. Meta. It's been a while since I've seen Meta. Disney is ripping up, though, big. So again, there's Meta. Meta's up big, too, man. Meta's had one of the big runs over the last year, too. Meta was at $88 in November. It's now at 260s. Crazy big run. Hey, what's up, Raz? Yeah, good luck. Tesla starting to bounce up a little bit. We'll see if it holds. And again, hit that sub button if you haven't already, guys. Hit the notification bell. We do have CB consumer confidence data coming out at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Busy week last week. This week, we got a pretty busy week, too, honestly. We got non-farm employment data. Tesla at 200.5. SPY at 422s. Nvidia still dipping down a little bit. You can see it there. Daily loss limit is not still there, Ryan. So it's not there in terms, it's not going to eliminate you from the combine anymore. So, and I think the daily loss limit is good as long as it doesn't eliminate you from the combine. I think there's going to be some days where it's just not, where your edge is just not there. And so they're kind of protecting traders from themselves in that situation. And so now if you hit the daily, the max, the daily drawdown, it just freezes you out for the rest of the day, which is good, you know, because again, if you're hitting that number where you've lost over 1,000, it's probably not the good, you know, the right time to keep pushing. But it doesn't eliminate you from the combine anymore. Yeah, Goonies is good. I love Goonies. But yeah, hanging out here. John, what do you spend that big money you make on? Nothing. I don't buy luxuries a lot of the time, man. You know. I'm pretty wimpy with what I spend. I'm not buying a bunch of expensive stuff. All right, market's pretty flat though for the last 20, 30 minutes here. You can see the E-mini is just sideways. Let me see. All right, guys, SPY at 422. Nvidia sitting there at 406 right now. Still trying to hold. Disney still up there making moves. John buys Porsche 911 GTs. I wish, bro. Yeah, I skateboarded a lot. I could like double kick flip, 360 flip, varial flip, you know, grind. I could do all that stuff. It's been a while since I did it, but yeah, I used to skateboard. Again, market's flat right now. SPY's flat, Tesla flat, Nvidia flat right now over the last 10 minutes at least. Again, we'll see if we keep it up. A gift received. What the heck does that mean? All right. Yeah, for sure, Chris. I haven't skateboarded in a long time. The last time I skateboarded, Carol got me a board for Christmas or something, and my daughter didn't think I could do a double kickflip. You know, she thought I could kickflip, but she thought I was exaggerating saying I could double kickflip. And so I ended up taking a video of myself doing a double kickflip. I don't know where it is. Let me see. I might be able to find it. Yeah, it's been a while. All right, market's starting to bounce up a little bit here. SPY at 422.50s here. We got 13 minutes until the market opens. Yeah, I can't find the old video of my double kickflip. It's somewhere. I'll look for it. Yeah, the way I skated, man, I skated a lot when I was young, up until I was like 17 or 18. And then once I realized I wasn't going to go pro, because I was close. Like I was like, especially in the early 2000s, whenever the kids were not as good, you know, like at this point they got little 8-year-olds doing double kick flips and crazy stuff and grinding like 7-stair rails and stuff, just stuff that wasn't around in the early 2000s. And so at the time I was pretty solid, you know, like I had a couple small skate shops that were thinking about sponsoring me, but I never got any of them. And after that, I just gave it up, you know, I grew up a little bit. So I became an adult and I started kind of, you know, going around partying and doing dumb stuff, you know, stop skateboarding as much. 199 looks like resistance. Yeah, I mean, it looks like support at this point for Tesla. It's over 199. So I mean, if it's over the resistance level, it kind of turns into support. Yeah, a lot of young kids in the X Games now. Yeah, who really changed it was Sheckler. Sheckler changed the game. That little dude came out there and just started beating adults at skateboarding, as well as like Nigel Houston, you know. Again, we're starting to move up for the E-mini. See if it continues. Yeah, I remember Ruckus. Is Ruckus still around in Baton Rouge? I remember them. You got to look at Tesla as an AI play too. Yeah, I mean, C3 AI comes out tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Nvidia's still at right around 406. Looking at our poll numbers here, we asked people, does the SPY close over 423 today? 66% of people said yes. 33% of people said no. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button as well. Bump the like number up if you can too. We appreciate it. Again, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're pushing towards 109,000. I'd love to hit 110K subs if we can. We're getting close. Again, tomorrow we got some stuff coming out too. So we got a lot of stuff coming out. It's summertime, so it's a little bit slower. Yeah, what do y'all think is going to happen at the opening bell? I guess is the real question. Like, how does the open? I think we might get a short-term sell-off and then a maybe rebound and run, but I don't know. Again, pulling back a little bit. Tesla at 200s. Again, Disney's still testing the highs of the day again. So Disney's been really strong this morning. Yeah, I grew up I always liked World Industries skateboards. Those were my favorite. They were really light. They were good for street skating as opposed to vert. Really light boards. Again, SPY finally pulling back down. We got that 200 EMA volume weighted average price level. So again, we'll see if we actually hold. But we're trying. Again, E-mini got a little downwick here, and that's as the SPY starting to pull back. Tesla, we got to watch Nvidia too. Nvidia is right at 405s currently, so right at 405s right now. Again, we'll see if we hold. 8 minutes, guys. 8 minutes. Again, hit that like button. We got 3 left. Yeah, I had some blind boards. The Alien, I had some of them. I like those too. Those were good. Yeah, I had blind and DCs too. Before they were really big too. I had some Etnies. I had a bunch of shoes. You know, as a skateboarder, you go through shoes quick. Yeah. I mean, that style's now kind of coming back a little bit, man. You know, again, I got a 14-year-old daughter. They're kind of copycatting the grunge style now. They're trying to dress. My daughter's not, but a lot of her friends are. They're trying to dress all grungy and super Jinkos basically, and Converse and you know, they're basically trying to be the 80s and 90s again. But they think it's unique, and it's not. It's the same stuff people wore 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah, CTOP is back up, which is kind of crazy. Just be careful, man. There's just a lot of risk. This thing is certainly getting manipulated. Yeah, I try to tell my daughter style is cyclical. So it goes in cycles. So one generation, you know, baggy pants is cool, you know, loose t-shirts are cool, you know, backwards hats, you know, big hair. Another generation, skinny jeans, short shorts, you know, big bulky shoes, you know, pocket chains and chains on themselves. Again, it's all been done before, and it all kind of moves in cycles. Big hair, you know, it's all cycles. Market's dipping down a little bit though here, so we'll see if this extension is going to play a factor here today. Because yeah, the market's starting to bounce a little bit. Or market's pulling back finally now, man. Again, the question is, does Nvidia hold today? Classical dress from 1770s. You know what I mean. You know? Come on now. Yeah. Yeah, Metallica got a big boost from Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things too. Stranger Things good. All right, so we're bouncing back up short term, a small amount. We'll see if we continue on this run, though. Again, we got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. We do have CB consumer confidence data coming out in about 25 or about 35 minutes. Yeah, it's all cyclical. Yeah, I remember Y2K, bro. I remember New Year's on Y2K. Everybody was freaking out. They said the machines were gonna go back in time and glitch out, and all this crazy stuff was gonna happen, and then nothing happened. You know, charge point, CHPG. What is it? Charge point. CHPT. That was one off. It's gapping up a little bit. We'll see if it continues here. Market's pulling back though. Again, SPY under the 200 EMA volume weighted average price. Nvidia under the 200 EMA volume weighted average price. Tesla under the volume weighted average price. Not the 200 EMA yet, but right at the $200 level here. And so again, this is a big spot. We'll see if it holds. Intel's up, but Intel hasn't really moved much. With all the craziness in chips over the past like 6 to 8 months, Intel's pretty flat despite all of it. So that makes me trust Intel even less because, you know, with AI and chip stocks going crazy, Intel's been sideways. So again, it makes me really skeptical of it because this should be the time where Intel gains a lot of value and it's just not. So I'm skeptical. Carnival Cruise, I don't know. All right, guys, 3 minutes. All right, so we are bouncing up a little bit here. Nvidia testing the volume weighted average price, trying to hold. We got the SPY up there at 422, so it's still underneath all that stuff. We're watching Nvidia though. I think Nvidia is kind of leading the pack here in terms of sentiment today. And again, a lot of people are going to be watching Nvidia at the opening bell. We'll put in just Nvidia up here so people can watch kind of what Nvidia is doing. This is the SPY, the S&P 500 on the left side here. So we're watching that, but Nvidia back over the VWAP here. Bouncing at 405s a little bit. Tesla's still creeping down under the VWAP above the 200 EMA though. So like we still got some room there. And then Intel's still making some moves here at the opening bell. We got 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes. Oh yeah, the last 2 weeks have been good, Douglas, but like the last 6 months is what I'm looking at. Like, okay, if you look at Nvidia over the last, 180 days, you get a huge green chart, right? A huge green run. This thing is basically ripped up huge amounts, right? Intel, another sympathy stock for that, is pretty much flat over the last 6 months. It's actually down a little bit. And so despite the big run it's had over the last few days, it's still down a lot. It's down a lot relative to what Nvidia did, I should say. It's not down a lot, but it's down. It hasn't ridden that sympathy like it should, in my opinion. All right, guys. We got about a minute left. 1 minute. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, the Schwab merge is not going to be until the first quarter of 24. So that's good. I don't have to do anything right now. Nvidia up to 406. All right, guys, 40 seconds here until the opening bell, guys. 40 seconds. Yeah, Mario, I don't know, man. Again, maybe Mullen does. I'm not saying it doesn't do that. What I'm saying, though, is that, like, there's been a lot of rumors from Mullen's success that have not come to fruition. And so I think it's just something that you got to be skeptical of. I think sometimes YouTubers make big predictions and then they don't turn out to be true. And then they say, hey, this stock's going to go crazy, and then it doesn't. And so in order to justify that, they say, oh, I heard a rumor that this is going to happen. And maybe it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying I'm skeptical until I see it happen. All right, guys, here's the opening bell. Good luck. Let's make some money today, hopefully. We'll see. All right, so there's the opening bell, guys. So far, Nvidia right at 405s. Again, Tesla dipping down a little bit here. Finally getting some opening action and some stuff here today. Market's bouncing up a little bit, but Nvidia falling down to 404s. Market's bouncing though. Look at this pop. So market's running up a little bit. A lot of the time I'll trade the E-mini, the NASDAQ, Ryan. I avoid penny stocks. All right, Nvidia ripping up to 406s. Consolidating right now, though. Tesla's consolidating with it. All right, so market's still moving up a little bit. All right, Nvidia back down. Watching chip stocks to see what happens. Tesla dipping down a little bit here too. There's Nvidia cracking this low, down to 404s again. .403s. Yeah, so here chip stocks are starting to give it back so far. Choppy started the open though. Very choppy, neutral open. Nvidia breakdown to 403s, 402s right now. And so there's the sell-off. We told people we thought we might sell off at the open from profit taking, but I thought it might be a little bit smaller than the other day. And so we'll see how that prediction turns out. Down to 402s. All right, market's starting to bounce back a little bit here. All right, so we're 2 or 3 minutes into the opening bell, guys. Again, we do have CB consumer confidence data coming out. Top doesn't look like it's trying to move, Sean. And I know you're kind of stuck on that stock, bro. I keep hearing you to bring attention to it. It's just risky, man. You know, like I think a lot of people are bag holding this from like hundreds of dollars. And so I think they desperately want it to come back, but I doubt it will. It might, I don't know, but I'm avoiding it. All right, so there goes the market bounce back up here for the SPY is back up to green levels here. Big rebound in a lot of different things. Again, very tight opening range right now. I see Tesla and Nvidia starting to come back, but I need to move back over the VWAP, over the 200 EMA first. Okay, there goes Tesla. All right, so this is looking better. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Market's trying to break out of that sideways trend. It's at the top of the range, so it's trying. Tesla ripping up, Nvidia finally making a move back up. We'll see if this drags the rest of the stuff up. Nvidia moving up. Tesla making moves. We're right at the top of the range, but we're still pretty sideways on the day so far. We need a confirmation in the range and the trend. So I'm going to wait for that. All right, Nvidia cracking down under that level again here, team. Nvidia dumping down a little bit now. Cracking under 404, looking weak. Tesla's still looking okay, but look at Nvidia fall down under 404s. So there's a pullback. Again, very choppy on the day. We haven't taken any trades since the open. It looks like for good reason here too. So the market is just very flat. All right, sitting back, kind of testing the bottom of the range here. Nvidia's still kind of sideways. Tesla's actually very green on the day. What's Meta doing? I'm gonna put the micro E-mini up. The choppiness is gonna make me scale down my size today. I also draw the top of this range and the bottom of this range here. Watch this range, see what we do. Nvidia's starting to move back up though. Meta. Yeah, Meta's up some. Nvidia just cracked over highs again, got up to 408. I'll take a couple contracts here at the bottom of this range, 4 to be specific. Tesla's breaking highs a little bit here too. Look at Tesla run. Look at Tesla up there to 203s. Right around flat on this trade. Kind of consolidating here though. We're not really moving too much. Nvidia's still creeping up some. See if we actually make that push. Nvidia's starting to ramp up a little bit too. We're right at the break-even level for me. Nvidia might drag it up is what we're looking at. So Nvidia is all the way up there. All right, so now we're crapping all the way down here. But Nvidia's running up, so what's dragging the market down? I guess is the question. Amazon. Not really Amazon. Not really Google either. Apple. Apple's breaking highs. I mean, we're still in this position, but we're going to cut it pretty fast. Yeah, I'm going to cut this. I'm just going to wait. Nvidia's ripping up. So we got a lot of strength in Nvidia. But like, And there's the market running up again. I just don't think it's an easy market to attack. We're not down much at all on the day, less than $100, and I think I just gotta chill. You know, Tesla and Nvidia might drag the rest of the market up, but again, we're still in that sideways range. You can see the bottom of the range here, and maybe we should have kept that dip by, but you know, I think sometimes account preservation is important, and so we're just gonna hang out and wait. It might be also because like we have consumer confidence data coming out at 10 a.m. today. Nvidia just broke highs again, guys. Look at it, up to 411s, 411.80s right now. So it's really interesting where it's like Nvidia and Tesla are rising. What stocks are falling though? Walmart's down. Amazon's slightly down, so maybe that's it. Microsoft's choppy. Up to 412s on Nvidia right now, though. We got a lot of down wicks here too, so yeah, Nvidia up to 412s here. Wow, man, crazy run. All right, market's flying back up a little bit short term. All right, Nvidia just broke highs again. Got up to 412.50 right now, over that. 412.90. Man. Market is completely flat because some other stuff's breaking down. So we're kind of in this weird range of like microchips flying up, other stocks dropping. Really weird range. Really, look how choppy this last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes has been. 7 minutes of just straight sideways neutral activity. Doji's up, doji candles, up wicks, down wicks. No real edge. So y'all just be careful. Huge red candle on the way down here too, man. Wow. Weird price action. According, all right, there's a big drop. Wow. I don't even think any data really came out today, did it? But there's the crack under lows here. So again, my hands are off right now. On the day trading the S&P. Yeah, I think it already hit the trillion market cap, right? All right, so market looks like it wants. Look at Nvidia, guys. Wow, dude. Nvidia up to 415s here. Seem crazy. They only did like this is what everything else does here, I think. Again, kind of a up wick, down wick market. Y'all be careful. Again, we're down a little bit on the day, but it's not much. We're testing the lows on the day now here. We're going to short this, see if we crack this low real quick. 4 contracts. See if we can start to get some pullbacks now. All right, there we go. All right, so we cracked it here. Now we got a little bit of room to let it work. There we go. All right, so we just took half off. We're going to let the rest ride. At least a little bit. We're down on the day, but it's not much. We finally got some range to attack, though. Again, 14 minutes before the CB consumer confidence data, too. We can let the rest work and make this trade break even if it bounces, since we've cut half of it already. But it depends on what we think Nvidia is going to do here. Tesla is what's bouncing up right now too, dragging the market up. It's the higher weighted stock, so we'll cut that. So we got out roughly break even there. I don't know what to do here though, man. I'm starting to see a big move back up in markets. Yeah, so we're down about $70 on the day. Could be worse too with the day it is. Nvidia finally pulling back a little bit, but man, crazy volatile day. Big ranges up and down too, to be honest. Microsoft's starting to dip under the VWAP here, under the volume weighted average price. We'll see if that holds. So we look at that resistance level we drew here. It held perfectly. We bounced back to it and rejected here. All right, so we're back up at the top of that range here. I'm going to short a little bit right here, 2 contracts. Take 4 now. See if we get a rejection at this high level here that we did before. Again, a lot of it depends on what Tesla and Nvidia does since they're heavily weighted stocks. But we're not going to hold this long. There we go. Flush, slightly green, but not enough to take profit yet. New candle opens up in 3 seconds. See if that rejects down. All right, there you go. There's the rejection down. I want a little bit more from this, and if we have to cut it break even or close to it, that's okay too. See, the problem is Nvidia is breaking highs right now. I'm going to cut this. Nvidia is breaking highs, so I got out break even. Nvidia just broke over highs. It's at 416s right now. So we're getting a pretty flat day, which is fine. Nvidia up to 416.30s here, guys. Tesla at 203s. We did get the rejection there, so maybe I got scared out of that a little bit. But yeah, Nvidia, 416s right now. Crazy. All right, guys, we got CB consumer confidence in about 11 minutes. 11 minutes for CB consumer confidence data. We are going to throw it in sub-only mode. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, everybody announce yourself. Show us that you're subscribed. Show us that you're supportive of the channel. We cover all the market news for free. We don't sell a course. We don't charge for anything. Just kind of give away free content and put economic data out there fast. And so hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. We appreciate it. Yeah, Microsoft starting to dip as well here, but Nvidia breaking highs again. It's at 417. This is a crazy run right now for Nvidia, an absolutely crazy run. One of the craziest runs we've seen ever in market history. So this is a historic Nvidia run, to be honest. Despite everything crazy going on, this Nvidia run is absolutely crazy. I can only compare it to GameStop, because GameStop, the more people that got interested in it, the higher it ran, despite anything else. So yeah, Nvidia flying up to almost 420 right now. The CB consumer confidence, it's not super high, it's not super influential, but yeah. All right, so we did reject here, and Nvidia broke highs. Nvidia is about to break 420, so yeah, Nvidia is now confirmed its $4 trillion market cap. Yeah, this is honestly historic, is what this is. So yeah, this is history in the making right now for Nvidia. It really is. This is historic. Kind of crazy, too. Surprising. All right, so now we're testing the lows again here. All right. Again, we got the data coming out in about 8 minutes, guys. About 7 minutes, actually. Hmm. All right, testing the bottom. We got a little double bottom here. And again, I'm kind of slow right now. I'm not taking a bunch of huge trades. Again, what happens when one sector is ripping up and other sectors are moving down is that you get chop a lot of the time. And so Nvidia finally starting to pull back a little bit now. Finally starting to dip. All right, guys, CB consumer data comes out in about 6 minutes. All right, there's the market cracking under the lows here. Broke lows just now. All right, so now we're definitely in a downward trend, but I need to bounce back a little bit before I start to short it here, I think. All right, guys, CB data comes out in about about 5 minutes. No, the market didn't really rise much, Anthony. I'm not saying you're wrong here, but it's mostly just been a downtrend since the opening bell. We moved up, down a little bit. We moved down and up and down, but it was mostly sideways and just in a larger range, I think. Uh, we'll see if Nvidia holds here, man. Nvidia pulling back to the VWAP level. All right, so we're bouncing up a little bit. I kind of want to short it, but again, I don't know if I trust it, like any of this. So Nvidia right at 410s, that bounce level here. We got about 4 minutes, a little bit less than that. All right, so there's the short still continuing down here. Again, we're a little too extended down here at the lows. I'd like to see a little bounce that I could short into, and for now, we just don't necessarily have it yet. Yeah, I'm kind of just, again, I'm not really loving any edge that I have right now in markets. Too much volatility. Yeah, so Nvidia trying to bounce a little bit, but market's been flat for 3 minutes straight. All right, CB consumer confidence data drops at about 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes. Is this a big event? It's kind of big. It's not the biggest, you know. All right, Nvidia finally starting to pull back down a little bit to 410s after just a crazy run. All right, so there's Nvidia down to 409s. All right, so my headphones just died, and that's all right. We're going to switch these. Again, we got about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're caught up on the stream, guys. So you can hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're caught up. All right, guys, get ready. Let's see how much CB consumer data influences the market here. All right, remember, CB consumer confidence data expectations today, guys, are for 99 for expectations. This is the levels of measuring consumer confidence. So higher means higher consumer confidence, lower means lower consumer confidence, guys. Here's the report. All right, guys, here we go. 5 seconds. All right, so there's the release. Waiting for the CB consumer confidence data to drop. 99 is what they expected. Number's not out yet. Patience here. All right, so it came out at 102, 102.3 versus 99 expected. Higher consumer confidence than expected. 102.3 versus 199 here, guys. So consumer confidence data did come out higher than expected at 102.3. Versus 99. We're going to put this up on screen. See if the market reacts positively to this. It hasn't really moved much. Here's the data right here. Market hasn't really responded yet because Nvidia is dipping down as the data comes out. All right, broke lows. Guys, we just cracked lows. And let's see if we retrace back up. Yeah, market didn't move or much react to this. I told you it wasn't the biggest release. And if you haven't already, guys, check out Top Step. Top Step funded account program for futures. The easiest way to get around the PDT rule, if you want to actively day trade, is the futures market. You can day trade currencies. You can day trade the S&P 500. You can day trade the NASDAQ. No PDT restrictions. There's the market reaction to it. Break it down a little bit. But in order to trade futures, you need thousands and thousands of dollars. But the good thing is that funded account programs are regulated in the US for them. So you can day trade short in these funded account programs. If you're good enough, you can get funded. If you're not good enough, your risk is very limited. And that's the edge of these funded account programs. And so what they do, Top Step is the most legit one in the world. What they do is they give you a demo. The base one's 50K demo. And if you can hit 3K in profit without losing 2K total, and you can pass both their phases, then they fund you 50 grand with a 90% split. And this is the most legit futures one in the world. They pay out millions every year. They're an actual withdrawals. They fund thousands of traders a year. It's genuinely the easiest way to get your feet wet in futures without taking on a lot of risk. And again, what you're seeing right now is the S&P 500. It's a great way to help support the channel, great way to get your feet wet without taking on much risk. And if you want to day trade, it's much better than day trading like a cash account with penny stocks or anything like that. You can actually day trade the S&P 500, which is what moves stocks. It's what Nvidia influences. It's what Tesla influences. It's essentially day trading stocks in futures. There's the link. You can check it out. Great way to help support the channel. I'm certainly biased in their favor because they pay me money. They're a sponsor of mine. And so I'm certainly biased, but there's the link. Check it out. Again, great way to help support us. Again, market's still breaking down. 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles from the CB data coming out. 4 red candles, still breaking down some here. See if we bounce now. Again, we're trying to hold. Yeah, definitely. It's something that like a lot of people trade cash accounts or penny stocks or whatever it is, but like the futures market's probably where you want to be. Again, most pro day traders actually trade futures because there's more liquidity. You can day trade the S&P, you can day trade the NASDAQ, you can day trade currencies if you like Forex, some currencies at least. And so it really is kind of what most traders should be doing. But yeah. Well, it's higher consumer confidence. What's up, Tiny? It's higher consumer confidence than expected, so that's good on a few different levels. But I mean, I'm pretty flat right now. The day hasn't been the easiest to predict. Big downward trend though moving right now. Yeah, I'm down like 80 bucks on the day, so I mean it could be worse. But right now we're too extended on the downside. We have been since this breakdown here. So if I'm gonna short, I need a bounce right here. We're also gonna look to see if Nvidia holds the 200 EMA, which is where it's at right now. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Meat world, we'll see. Tomorrow's the big day. I think that it's going to tell a lot. Yeah, tomorrow's like the big day that's going to tell us more, Again, y'all hit that sub button, hit the notification bell, guys. We appreciate the love. Channel's grown a crazy amount this year. I pulled my puts. Yeah, we'll see. I'm trying to be patient. We got Nvidia bouncing a little bit. So look at Nvidia bouncing right at the 200 EMA on this right side of the screen right here. So I'm out of coffee. Yeah, I mean, again, we'll see if we get a bounce here, team. Market's trying to move. Yeah, for sure. Again, so Nvidia bouncing up a little bit, dragging the market back up now too. So it really depends on what Nvidia does. Nvidia bouncing right at the 200 EMA. You can see it right here. So here's the 200 EMA at about 406.50. That's exactly where Nvidia bounced, right at that 200 EMA level. We'll see if it continues. 410 just tapped for Nvidia right now too. And again, the other sponsor of mine that's really cool and really useful is called Chart Prime. Chart Prime just gave a huge update, and it's actually really, really cool, to be honest, if you look at this. Right, so Chart Prime just had a huge update. And again, if you look at this, like, this is what Chart Prime does. So they just had a huge update. And again, you can use them in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, like all this different stuff. And again, the reason it's useful is, like, let me show you what they've done today so far. So like their last signal for Chart Prime was right here. So like here's Chart Prime. The last signal was in pre-market right here. And look at the drops you got afterwards. So beautiful drops. And this is a 5-minute chart. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. This is almost 2 hours. This is an hour and 45 minutes or so. And beautiful drops. The buy signal worked. The sell signal here worked. And again, you can just put this up, and they added this. It's called the Market Oracle Pro. It's much shorter term time frame. So like you can see buy, bounce, strong, short, sell, strong. And it gives you strong signals as well. Strong signal drop, strong signal here drop. And you can see they're pretty accurate. Strong signal here drop. There's sell signals and buy signals, and then there's strong signals as well. Then there's reversals up and down. They can just be powerful here, man. And again, you can kind of see this. Look at this last one. Strong sell signal here. Huge drops since the opening bell, basically, from that. So that's pretty cool. You can also use them on any time frame. And this is like $35 a month right now, guys. So it's very cheap. This is like $35 a month. And they're also the same indicators as before, where if you want like longer term. So like, look, here's an hourly chart right here. So since the last 1, 2, 3, 4 hours since the market opened, look at the drops you've got since then. Like significant drops in the SPY since they gave that strong sell signal. So this can just be powerful, and you can use them on stocks, crypto, forex, futures, anything on TradingView you can use them on. And so they just make a lot of sense. And again, if you want to, they're a sponsor of mine, and I can't guarantee you're going to make money. I can't guarantee you're going to profit from them. They pay me money, so I'm biased in their favor, of course. But I think they could just be really useful. There's the link. Check them out. $35 a month, just cheap. Yeah, so we're just kind of hanging out here. We got the, I could short this, and I think I'm going to start shorting this here. So I'm going to take 4 contracts short right now. The reason I'm shorting is because Nvidia is dipping down to 408s as we speak. We have the bounce, so if we're going to continue on the downtrend, we're going to drop right now if we continue on that downtrend. So I don't mind betting on that and taking a small risk of 4 contracts here at the micro. So we'll see. Try to be patient here. There's Nvidia dipping down to 408s. Tesla's also at kind of the bottom range here. Is Amazon pumping? Yeah, Amazon's creeping up over the 200 EMA, over the VWAP here. But see, Nvidia's dipping down to 407s right now. Depends on what happens with Nvidia. If Nvidia starts to bounce, I'll cut this because I don't want to get stuck in like another bounce. We're pretty flat on the day. Like we're down like $100, which is very small for me on the combine today. It was a better day in pre-market, and then, you know, we just didn't get lucky in terms of our trades. So we got a little flush back down here. I got to watch Nvidia, though. Nvidia is such a heavy influence over the market right now that it's just something that we got to kind of pay attention to. We're pretty close to cutting it. What did Netflix end up doing today? So Netflix crapped at the opening bell. That's one of the ones that dropped. Start a rebound. Again, getting some retracement, so we're closer to flat on this position now. And again, I want to give it time, but again, I'm watching Nvidia a lot. So again, closer to flat. I want to see if the breakdown happens. We do have a little bit of a double top here, and we have this big up wick. And so I like this as a risk level, and I think I can use this as a risk level here too. I want to give it time. Again, I like the downtrend bet here, but I also understand like anything could happen. And with the crazy momentum, if Nvidia starts to run up again, I don't want to get stuck in like a huge tear up on Nvidia. And some days I'm just not going to have my edge. It's been a really profitable couple weeks. So some days I'm just not going to have my edge, and that's okay if I don't today. You can see my graph here of the last 7 days to see like it's been a pretty good few days. This is my graph for the last week. We're pretty much flat on this trade now too, so I'll give it time. All right, so now we're green on the trade. There we go. There's a flush. All right, we took half off there. 2 contracts left. I'll give it time to work. All right, so there's another. We're going to go take another half off there. We were patient with it. I wanted to give it time to work. There we go. And we'll go ahead and cut the rest there. Just lock in profit. We've just dipped enough to where it's all good there. And again, we are only down about $40 today. So it could have been worse. This is a P&L today. So we're only down about $40. Basically a flat day. And again, I'll take that today for sure with how it was at the open, you know, where we just kind of had chop and then big breakdowns that I missed. Just signed up on Top Step, John. What would you recommend the first thing I tackle? Number one, John, I don't know what you should do, brother. I would stick with the micros if you're just now getting started. Micro E-mini, so the symbol would be MESM3. MESM3, that's what I'm trading here. So every tick up or down is $1.25. So like in terms of cents per share, it's like 125 shares kind of in futures. So every tick up on the E-mini, it's like $1.25. So forth and so on. I think that's, you don't want to start off with the regular E-mini. So you don't want to start with ES. You want to start with MES, micro E-mini. So MES M3 is the current contract there. I would research futures a lot before you just start off though, dude. You know what I mean? I would research it a lot first before you start off, because again, futures can go against you very quickly, you know. So I would start off with the micros. I wouldn't start off with just the regular E-mini or the regular NASDAQ. I would start off with the micro E-mini, and you can look up the current contract symbol if you need to on Google. It's pretty easy. I would learn to trade it first. Maybe paper trade. I think if you sign up, you get a free paper account. So just try out some paper trades first. And be safe. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, of course. It's always just use Top Step as an account, as a skill building exercise. You know, you have some pressure to succeed. It's not the full extent of pressure you're going to get with putting the money up yourself, of course, but it's not going to be just no pressure. You still have pressure to succeed. Learn how to perform under that pressure. That's what Top Step's good for. People hate on them because they lose, but like most day traders are going to lose, you know, because most day traders lose money, regardless of whether they're on Top Step or whether they're somewhere else, right? And so just learn how to trade small. Use it as a skill building exercise. That's what you do. Why do you recommend the micro E-mini first? Because it's got the smallest range of movement, smallest profit loss potential. Kenny, you know, I am using Quant Tower, John. This is Quant Tower right here. But you can also use TradingView. You can use Tradeovate. You can use a bunch of different ones. But yeah, I'm using currently Quant Tower. Is what I'm using. But yeah, guys, y'all be safe. Love you all. Y'all be good. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, you could just destroy your account using too big of size. But yeah, y'all just stay safe, guys. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Love you. Y'all have a good day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, we got non-farm employment change data. We have, what else we got tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow we got non-farm employment change data. I want to say we got PMI. But let me see. And again, if you want to check out Top Step or Chart Prime, which are my two sponsors, link is in the description. But yeah, if you haven't already, again, check out tomorrow. We got Jolt's job report. We've got Canadian GDP data, and we have the non-farm employment change data. So we got the prelim payroll numbers, Jolt's job report at 10, Canadian GDP, and a few other things tomorrow. So tomorrow will be fun. And then Thursday's big, Friday's big too. But yeah, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay smart out there. Remember, trade small, trade safe. I'll see you guys later. I see you, Tiny. Have a good day. Later, guys. See you, Douglas, Chris, Pawn, Triple, TJ, Kenny, John, Raul, Rashad, Vincent, Temp, Jay, Timber, Adam, BG, Triple, Tigers, everybody else. Later.